What's going on, everybody? Hoovy 186 back again with the Overrated Podcast, episode 114. And with me is Traditionalist 101. What's going on, man?
Yeah, Traditionalist 101 is here, and man, not only should we also hold on to tradition, ladies and gentlemen, but we should also can we stop being stupid when, especially when we have tournaments going on. But I'll address that in a minute.
Mm.
But it's like how we always like to say, you do stupid stuff, you win stupid prizes. I think that's like one of your favorite phrases, which is actually good and funny. But yeah, I been doing pretty well. My weekend was nice. A lot of church, which was great. That was definitely blessed. That weekend we had a guest speaker and everything. So yeah, I had a really 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 good time. This past weekend. How was yours? You did anything new, exciting, or you just went to work?
No, nothing really. Just I spent a couple days arguing with you over stupid stuff, but other than that, nothing new really. Wait a minute. Did I buy a game?
You didn't really
No,
say you didn't really say much, but okay.
no. But I had to calm your ass down. You were wilding on Discord. You were wilding on Discord this week, oh yeah, I okay. I didn't buy it. Well, obviously this game came out on Game Pass, Forza Motorsport, so I've been playing a little bit of that. Spider-Man's gonna come out in pretty much in like 10 days, pretty much.
Yeah,
Next
should
week.
be coming out next week, no?
Yeah, it comes out next week. The reviews are already out. The game right now sits at a 91 on Metacritic. Yeah, I saw the story trailer. Looks
Mm-hmm.
insane.
Yeah.
Graphically the game looks insane, so I'm looking forward to it.
The Yeah, I'm gonna fix my camera real quick, but
Yeah.
there's another. I think isn't there another game that's supposed to be coming out? Oh no,
Super Mario Brothers Wonder.
yeah, that one.
I know
There's
the Sonic game's supposed to come out.
That's supposed to come out, and there's a couple of I know decent BOC that's going to be coming out also.
Mm. I can't think of it off the top of my head.
I know what's his name, like Omni Man. He's going to be like a BOC.
Well, no, he's not coming. He's not coming out. He's not coming out anytime soon. But they showed him off for the first time.
And I was definitely impressed, with that trailer. Like, how did you feel about it?
I don't really know who Omni Man is, so I can't really speak on it. But it looks fine.
Okay, yeah, he was in the series Invincible.
Yeah.
And what I really enjoyed about that trailer was that everything that he did, all the crazy fatalities that he did in the anime series,
Mm-hmm.
it's in the game. Like, I immediately had so many flashbacks. Oh snap! He did that to this guy. He did that to that guy, and like he did that to his own son. Like,
Yeah.
bro, it was just brutal. And I think him, especially with his demeanor and everything. Like, I believe that was a perfect character for the game. Even though some people may say he feels like out of place, but I think it's fine. I actually think having him on there is pretty cool. So yeah, my bad. I mean, he won't be coming out immediately. It's just that the trailer came out and I was just so super like crazy and hype about it. Like, I was just in awe. Like,
Because
wow.
I think they did it because the trailer for Invincible season 2 came out.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
you know.
And there was another. There was something else that I wanted to mention about all of these games coming out. Like, bro, I was paying attention to, because earlier today we was talking about the holiday season
Mm.
in the on WhatsApp. We was talking about on Discord. We was talking about on WhatsApp, and I'm saying to myself that I don't think I'll be able to buy every single one of these games that I want. This holiday season, I'm probably gonna have to put some of these games on hold because I can't buy all of these. Like obviously, with Sonic I wanted to buy, Mario I wanted to buy, Spider-Man I wanted to buy, and I'm just saying for goodness sakes, man, like everything is coming out all at once. Like this is as exciting that it is, like it's too much. Like or do you or you think I'm just being cheap?
No, 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 no. I understand. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. So, are there any games that you're gonna be looking for? Like, is there anything else that you're gonna be getting?
No, I can no, I really can't think of it. Every game that I wanted, I that has come out. Like, don't really outside of, after Spider-Man 2, the next game I'm gonna buy is Tekken 8.
Oh, Tekken 8. Okay.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
pretty much the
Okay.
next game I'm gonna buy. So,
Are you interested in buying the isn't there gonna be a Call of Duty that's coming out next month?
oh yeah, but I'm not buying it.
Okay, so you're not buying Call of Duty, and you're not gonna be buying Grand Blue either.
Grand
What's
Blue,
that? Let me put my phone on. Quickly vibrate.
Grand Blue.
Yeah.
You mean the fighting game? There's a new fighting game coming out.
Yeah, isn't it what's it called? But Grand Blue versus Fantasy, something like that. I can't. Yeah, something like that. I think Grand Blue Fantasy, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I haven't. Yeah, no, no, I haven't heard of it, but I'm not gonna buy it.
Okay. All right. So yeah, so then you're good. If you're only gonna be buying just two games, then you're good. Like for me, and now it's funny that you mentioned next year. Um, next year, I know I'm gonna be looking forward to next year also because the Tomb Raider remaster is gonna be coming out.
Mm.
Like I think for 1, 2, and 3, I believe is gonna be coming out. So yeah, man, it's too much for me, especially since I have to buy gifts for this person and gifts for that person, and oh man, it's just too much. But we'll see what happens. And if I could find a way to buy all these different games, I'll be happy about it. But I know for a fact I can't buy them all. I'm just gonna have to wait. But what did the review say as far as Spider-Man goes? Like, did you read some of it?
No, I haven't read any individual review, but it's a 91, so that's a great score. So, so people
And
seem to be
wow.
liking it.
And with that being said, since it's a 91, yep, it's definitely going to be contender for Game of the Year.
Uh, it could be like I said. I mean, if it's a 91, it's high up there. But there was a lot of great games that came out this year. A lot of great games.
Yeah.
So just off the top of my head, like critically acclaimed games like Baldur's Gate, Liza P, which is a lot of people are really excited about. Um, what else came out early? I know there was another critically acclaimed game that came out this year. What was it? Um,
Resident Evil.
huh?
Resident Evil.
I don't think that game is gonna qualify as game of the year.
Wow. So you actually believe Joe? Oh, not was it Joe or Seafring? I forgot who one of them
Yeah.
that said that they don't think it's going to be a contender for Game of the Year because it's a remake. Like you really believe that?
Yeah, yeah. If it was a slow year, I think it might have a chance. But there's been a lot of games that's come out this year. A lot of critically acclaimed games that came out this year. So yeah, I think I don't think it'll make it. But like I said, I could be wrong. So
Ah, wow. So that game's not going to win. Okay. Okay.
yeah.
All right. I mean, no, you saying it's not even going to be a candidate for game of the year. So that's a surprise. All right.
Yeah, because I mean, you got the Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. You know, like there have been a lot of great games that's come out this year. So
Yeah, that's
I mean,
true too.
anything possible. So anything's possible. But
By the way,
yeah.
did you send me the link so I could share with everyone?
Oh yeah, I forgot. Hold on, I'll do that right now.
Yeah, and while you yeah, while you do that, um yeah, you're right. There were just so many games coming out this year, and I'm definitely am looking forward for the games coming out this year. Now, funny that you mentioned, because you said you didn't want to do anything with modern, Warfare 3. Now, to your surprise, like I said, the last Modern Warfare game I bought was, I think it was no, it wasn't Ghost. I never bought Ghost. What was the one that came before Ghost?
I think it was Modern Warfare 3.
Yeah. I think you and I
Yeah,
went together, right?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That was the last one that I bought, and now that they're coming out with another Modern Warfare 3, I don't know if that's going to be a remake or what. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, every map they're using is pretty much reused maps. Like they'll make improvements to it, make it they'll expand on it. But all the maps they're using are maps they've used in the past.
Okay,
So
and that's why you're not buying it.
no, I don't buy Call of Duty games like every single year.
You buy
Like
every other
every
year.
yeah, if I feel like playing it, then yeah, I'll buy it.
Hmm.
You
I'm
know,
I'm I'm curious. I'm
mm.
curious. Why do you go on that route? Like, are you treating it the same like as if it was like Madden or 2K?
Kinda. When I bought the original Modern Warfare, the remake of Modern Warfare because it was that was the one that went back to kind of like modern warfare of gunplay. I
Hmm.
liked that game, and then they released Modern Warfare 2, and I don't know why I bought it, but I bought it. I don't know why I bought it though, but I like it. So yeah, I don't remember why I don't remember the reason why I bought it, right? But I bought it, and then then I was like, oh, you know what it was?
Hmm.
I think I bought it because I just bought the PS5, and I wanted I wanted a Call of Duty game on the PS5.
Okay.
So that was the first one that came out. That was the first one that came out that I bought for it. So yeah. So I think that's why. And like I said, I don't buy Call of Duty every single year. So I kind of wait.
Yeah.
I kind of give like a year or two break before I ooh, man, that was a tough hit by on deck. But yeah, I always wait like a year or two.
Okay. Oh wow, even 2 years. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much all I have to really say. Definitely looking forward to for all of these games, but once again, I'm just gonna have to wait it out for at least for some, for some. Not all. I can't buy all of these games all at once, especially if some of them are going to be $70. I know for a fact the Mario game is going to be 70. Sonic, I'm not too sure.
Uh, the Mario game 70.
The new one that's coming out,
Mm-hmm.
I
Is it
think
confirmed to be 70?
dude, I have a feeling that it's going to be $70 because even the all the regular side scrolling 2D platform Mario games they all have been full price.
Yeah, but remember, full price was like 60. Like remember the first $70 Nintendo game was Zelda.
Mm-hmm.
So no, like this one's gonna be no, this one's 60.
Oh, it's 60.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, okay, that's awesome. Okay, that's awesome. I'm telling you, everybody, saving that $10 extra is a huge deal. At least in my opinion, I think it is huge deal. But like, when is the game officially coming out?
The game should be coming out. Same day. Same day, October 20.
Okay. Wow, man, that's like right around the corner. Oh, jeez. Yeah, dude, will I be able to buy both games? I think I'll be able to buy both. I think so. Oh my goodness, man! God, that's a lot of freaking money, even just for 2 games, bro. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be crazy. Well, all right. Are you interested in buying the Mario game?
No,
Even though they did make some changes to it.
no, I'm good.
Oh, can I ask why?
I'm not interested.
Okay. All right. So, are we gonna talk about the first topic now?
Well, you showed me a video just now that pissed me off. So I need you to show this. I need you to show the video to everyone else.
Okay. So,
Now, yeah. Oh,
yeah,
well,
go ahead. Go ahead.
okay, so no, actually, you can explain this because I was just gonna say that I had no idea this thing happened until you showed me just now.
Mm-hmm.
I had no clue this happened.
Okay. So, all right. So, what here's what we are all talking about. For those of you who do not know, let me share this, real quick, because I don't know. I don't know if this is a official topic, but I had addressed this to Hubi before this podcast had started. But I also want to give credit, where credit is due, because way earlier on, in the day, while I'm at work or whatever, and McKen's, he brought this to my attention to regarding with the Tekken tournament, and I'm saying to myself, what is this? What is this? Hold on, give me one second.
Yeah, sure. When you get a chance.
Yeah, I'm trying to. What's going on here? Uh, okay, esports. Okay, let me share this real quick. All right, can you see it?
Hold on a second. You do it? Yeah.
All right, let me X you guys out. So this is pretty much what happened. So as you all can see, it says Tekken tournament interrupted by Just Stop Oil protesters. Now, like I've always said before, this is not a political channel, but we have to address this stuff though. We need to address this, especially since it is involved gaming directly, literally. And you have these guys, you have these idiots here, and look, you can even see the picture. I'm going to share the video. I'm going to share the video. But during the Tekken tournament that was going on, this was, I think it was EGX or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And this was happening, yeah, right here. So EGX, you guys could see it. It's going to be probably hard to see, but it's right here. And this was happening, this tournament was pretty much happening in London. And you have these idiots, yes, and I'm going to say idiots, these protesters, who decided to interrupt a Tekken tournament. And mind you all, Tekken is a really big, fighting game franchise. And I'm pretty sure Hubi agrees that it's just one of the best. The community is huge. And now obviously you have other fighting games like Street Fighter and Smash Brothers, which are bigger, but Tekken is a huge deal. And you had these guys coming in, just spray painting or using paintball, guns, whatever it is. Like you can see the picture right here, and they are just shooting at the equipment. They're shooting at the projector screen. Like everything was just a mess. And they stood in front of the camera. People was trying to figure out what was going on. The commentators was trying to figure out what was going on. no one knew what in the world was this. Like, I'm like, why did you guys decide to do this now? So before I read the article, let's just look at this video real quick, and you guys could and you guys, for those of you who are watching, just let me know what your thoughts are, because I have a lot to say regarding this. I'm sure Hubi has a lot to say also. But let's watch this real quick, and you guys get to see these ass clowns.
Round with Joker very quickly with the back two. And the thing about Joker.
Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Round with Joker very quickly with the back two. And the thing about Joker is that he likes to play what's going on?
Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw that, but he pretty much rubbed his hand over. I can't remember who. The article will explain who the two participants were, but he pretty much rubbed his, I guess, paint on the monitor screen, so obviously he's no longer be able to see. Let's look at that real quick again. Come on. Hurry up. We're waiting. Come on.
Bad time.
Yeah.
But while that thing loads, you can read the article while it loads.
Yeah. Okay. So just Stop Oil has interrupted and disrupted a Tekken 7 tournament by storming the stage and spraying paint on equipment. A Tekken tournament has been interrupted and forced to temporarily suspend play as protesters took the stage during a match. The Tekken UK and IRE championships at EGX 2023 were interrupted as protesters from the environment group Just Stop Oil stormed the stage, sprayed orange paint on equipment and competitors before being escorted out by security. The protests, which occurred during a match between Hosan and Joka, Rayman, and Kane, Heartfelt was captured both on stream and by this Just Stop protesters' own recording. This isn't a game from this is the guy that's tweeting. Just Stop Oil. He tweeted, "This isn't a game. Just Stop Oil disrupts UK big convention. 3 supporters of Just Stop Oil have disrupted the winners final." See, and this was a finals. Out of all the times they decided to interrupt a finals match. They decided to disrupt a finals. Like you're pretty much in the last. I don't know which round that they were in, but I cannot believe they had the goal to on a grand finals match. That's when they decide to go and protest. So all right, so look. Can you see this?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so this is where we were at. Now look what he does again. So both of them, you could see you saw that they were both putting paint on the monitor screen. So now they can't see, and this idiot over here starts shooting paintball in the air or starts just spraying orange paint all in the air. Let's continue watching. Now he's spraying on the monitor screen, on the projector monitor.
Steve, we're not seeing the video.
Oh snap! I thought you were seeing a video.
I thought you were gonna press play on the video.
No. You know what happened? I clicked on the link and it took me to Twitter directly. It took me to Twitter directly. Hang on. Okay.
Round with Joker very quickly with the back two. And the thing about Joker is that he likes to play that.
All right, screw this. Let me go to Twitter.
Okay. All right. So while you do that, let me read some comments. And Whitney, what's going on? What's going on, girl? How you doing?
What's up, Whitney?
Our siblings are in the chat. Critical Drop says that's why he can't have nice things. Worse, it was at the winners finals and people at UCF got upset, including me. Okay, so you got the video?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you see it now?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. No, yeah. Trust me, McCann. Like, I guarantee everybody that was watching the tournament got pissed that it got interrupted. I know for a fact. All right, so here we go.
Round with Joker very quickly with a fact two.
Now, as you can see in the screen, like they're about to fight. They're about to begin this final match.
Mm-hmm.
You could all see this. And
the thing about Joker is that he likes to play that.
You have these two guys. So what they're doing, they're pretty much put paint on the monitor screen.
The minute he does that, the minute he puts his hands on the monitor, I'm swinging.
Okay. If that were you,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So both of them putting paint on the screen. Now let's continue watching. Look at this idiot over here. Look at this. Look at this ass clown.
What's going on?
He starts spraying on the projector screen. I can't. Can you believe this BS? Yeah, I cannot believe people actually these protesters. And I've been really sick and tired of seeing these protesters, like who, regardless of what they're representing or who they're protesting, whether it's in sporting events and concerts, and now you decide to come in video game tournaments. Like enough is enough with this protesting BS. Them coming on the highway, preventing people from going to work, preventing people from going home. Like it's too much. Like they are starting to be way too evasive, get in people's personal space. They all needs to be punched in the face. Well, let's continue watching.
We are just stop oil, and we are demanding that the UK government immediately cease all new licensing for coal, oil, and gas. The UK government is playing with our lives. We've got tipping point after tipping point, and it continues.
Okay, Hoovy, you've seen this. You seen this. Your thoughts, man.
Okay, first off, the ball dude, I would have swung at him off rip. I don't give look. When it comes to protests, it is what it is, right? So if you believe in something, you protest it, right?
Okay.
Like everyone has their own forms of protest. It is what it is. But the minute you start spraying stuff on me, you start touching stuff if you start damaging equipment, like it's on. It's on.
Yeah.
Like I'm sorry, it's on. If you spraying that, I don't even know what the hell that stuff that they're spraying on was. Paint or whatever. Regardless of what it was, is on site. It's go time. It's one thing. If you want to protest, be my guest, but you're not going to disrespect me by spraying stuff on me and by affecting my livelihood. These guys are playing. These are their careers.
Correct.
Again, I don't give a shit what your protests are. You know what I mean? Like again, it is what it is. That's fine.
Yeah.
But you're not going to blatantly disrespect me. You're not going to affect my livelihood because of something that you believe in. You're not forcing your will onto me.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? And the fact that these guys were able to get on stage in the first place, that's an indictment on security.
I blame. Yeah. I was gonna mention that also, but yeah, I'll let you finish first.
That's a massive indictment on the security because these three guys should not have been able to get up there in the first place.
Yeah,
should have never been able to get on top of get on there. You know what I'm saying? Like again, it look, it's not. It really isn't about the tournament. Like I don't care what they did or anything like that. I don't even care about that. But you are out there. You're fucking over these people's livelihoods because you want you want to say something. And the fact that they got escorted out instead of getting their asses dragged, I'm upset about that too. I'm upset about
that's
that too.
funny. That's funny. That's funny.
The minute that these dickwads got up there, they should have been tackled. They should have been multiple security guards dragging their bitch asses out the building. They could sue me for all whatever they want. They come in, they try to fuck up my shit, and I'm gonna make them pay for it.
Yeah, and you would also think that whoever is in charge, or all the people that had to set up all of that equipment, and so now you have that you have damage. Like all this stuff costs money. The monitor, the huge projector screen, all that stuff costs lots and lots of money, and you're gonna come here and put freaking paint, like what why at a tournament is what I'm trying to figure out.
I think I read some of the article, and apparently the tournament sponsor, one of the sponsors is Barclays, and apparently they said that Barclays is one of the big abusers of oil, so that's why they did what they did. And like I said, I don't care about your causes or whatever, but the minute you start, spraying stuff around me and all the other stuff, that is go time. I'm sorry.
And like I have said before, like you cannot come in a tournament, disrupt the tournament just because you wanna talk about oil. Like do that somewhere else. Do that like bro, like this guy here, like he man, that dude really pissed me off. This dude really pissed me off. And this is the thing that I was telling people. I forgot who I was arguing with, but this is the reason why I would tell people, listen, when you decide to go and protest, I don't care where it is. I don't care if you go to an NBA game and you decide to protest, you go to an NFL game, you want to protest, you go to a baseball game, you go to a tournament, you go into a concert, you go into a stand-up. Like I don't care what event it is. You have no business being there trying to protest. You have no business being there. People did not come here to see you. And whatever awareness that you're trying to, convey, to a huge audience, why? And the thing is that irritates me. It's pretty much similar to what you said. People are getting paid for this stuff. You know what I'm saying? And you are doing a disservice to us, to people who actually want to watch the event. But obviously you don't care, because the most important thing that you care about is trying to get your stupid message out there by being an inconvenience to us. We didn't come here, to watch freaking protests. Go do that somewhere else. Here, I'm trying to watch a Tekken tournament. I'm trying to get excited. I want to see, have a sense of enjoyment. I want to be entertained. You pretty much just ruined the whole entire mood by spray painting at people, by damaging equipment. Come on, dude. Like seriously. Or you want to be mad at the sponsors? Like I'm gonna read the rest of the article, but you guys are now crossing the line. And I agree with you, Hubi. Like they should have tackled them. Like how you see in the NBA game or an NFL game, when you see whether if they're just protesting or just want to act a fool on stage just so they could get some publicity, they should have been tackled immediately. I agree with you there. They should get tackled. They should have had their face bang onto the floor. They should have been stomped on. Absolutely, they should have. Absolutely. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. Like this was it's just so annoying. And look, I know a lot of people are going to say, it's no big deal. Let's just move on. Let's just move on. But the thing is that I'm trying to say is that it's starting to get way too evasive. And earlier on, when I mentioned how these protesters are going on the highway and people are trying to go home, and you're causing traffic, you could cause accidents. Hubi, I don't know if you heard this story. I'm gonna shift just real quick, but I don't know if you heard the story about the dude to where he had to go to work because he was on, I think he was like on probation or something,
Mm-hmm.
and he was begging the protesters. Like he said, please, if I don't go to work, or like he had to do something, otherwise his probation officer would have to take him, back to jail. And so he's begging them, like he's pleading with them. He's being nice and he's being respectful, but he's like begging them to let him get through, and they said no. They said no. Oh, that's your problem. We are here, to send a message. And I think he had to go to jail for it because he couldn't reach, his destination in time because he was stuck in traffic, because of protesters. And this is the type of stuff that I'm talking about.
Well, here's the thing. When it comes to that, I think to me that's a more of an issue when it comes to the justice system. If you have a situation where something happens that's out of your control, you shouldn't have to go to jail for that. But that's for another discussion.
Yeah, that's one that discussion. Yeah, I was just giving another example of I'm really starting to get really irritated, with these people.
Yeah,
like these idiots, and and that's why I always appreciate the stuff that you say. Like, oh my dude, I'm just right now. I'm actually the podcast just started, and I'm already getting a huge headache because I still cannot believe like this is happening. Like it's not just sporting events. This is happening everywhere. In every event, we starting to see it's starting to become the norm, and it's not right. Like this stuff, has to stop immediately, and it's about time that we need to start sending a message. And you're right, these people needs to be tackled, arrest them, take them to jail, and you need, and if it's a multiple offense, like you need to like send a huge message to these people. Like if you want to act stupid, here comes your real stupid prize, so that way it becomes a deterrent that you don't do this stuff again. It just irritates me, man. Like it really irritates me.
The thing is that, and for anyone who's saying that, oh, it's not that big of a deal, you first of all, you don't know. It could have been. It's not about necessarily them doing the protest. It's about what could have happened in another situation where someone instead of going up there with a paintball gun, they go up there with an actual gun.
Yeah,
like that's why.
A good point. That's a good point.
Yeah, that's why security has to be. That's why the security has to be top notch. Because because you can't have random people coming up on stage to do whatever. You just can't have it. It just can't happen. Just can't happen. Even if it's for something as stupid as this or something that could have happened that's more serious.
Yeah.
It just can't. It can't happen.
No.
So, yeah. Like I said, I don't know. I don't know if these guys got arrested or not, but
I'm not sure if they did. I honestly I do not know.
Yeah.
I wish I knew, but I don't think that they did. I'll go back to the article real quick. It's a very short article, so let me go back to the article real quick.
Okay. While you're there, let me read some comments. All right. So McKinley said that I wish they would the security would have tackled them. No one said this is
that's the same thing. Hoobie said. I don't know if you heard him, but yeah, Hoobie pretty much said the exact same thing. Like they should have tackled all of them.
Yeah. And
it was funny how you mentioned if they had touched, your screen and spray painted, like you said, I think what you said is go time.
Yeah. It's on site, man. Like, bro, like it's on site, man. Nolan, what's going on, bro? He said that this is the wrong place to protest and a reach. I'm gonna F up a tournament because a sponsor and the tournament acts because of my acts against my cause. That's like stabbing someone wearing basketball shorts because a different man named Michael Jordan invests in prisons and my uncle is locked up. Yeah, man. Like to me, it really isn't even about the cause. Like I really don't even care about that. So for me, you have these guys who are there who are competing, right? And they're not, and all they're thinking about is just a fighting game tournament, right? They didn't expect random people to go up there and interrupt and just really just mess up the tournament. Right. And when it comes to that, you have to protect those people. Those are unsuspecting people. You have to protect those people.
Correct.
You know what I mean? But in this case, like you just have a bunch of losers coming in there trying to ruin the tournament. Like it's annoying.
And I'm really glad that you mentioned if they have brought
Yeah.
a,
Well, McKinney said that they've been arrested.
oh, good, I appreciate that critical job. That's good. That's really good. And the reason why I really actually appreciate you bringing up the whole rifle thing. Look how many look like now. I'm gonna go back to the video for one last time. But look how many shots he was able to take off when he was spraying in that stupid spray paint, when he was just spray painting everywhere. Do you know how much damage he would have been able to do if that was the actual gun and he just decided to just shoot all over the place?
Yeah.
That is a prime reason why security needs to be in constant alert when stuff like this is going on. Because that he could have killed so many people if that was an actual rifle. Just blasting everywhere, just shooting at whoever that he wanted, or because look, even if he was just shooting in the air, like you don't know who could get hit by that. You don't know who could get hit. Like all the stuff that they did, they should have never had a single opportunity. As soon as you see multiple people coming on stage, security should have ran over there and tackled all three of them. But it didn't happen. And look at the result. You had damaged equipment. You had a freaking tournament getting interrupted. And based on this article, I don't even think. Let me see. I don't think the tournament was ever finished. Let me see. The Twitch stream covering the event also caught the dramatic moment the game was interrupted, but as the protesters jumped on stage, the competitors continued playing. I mean, I don't think that's true. Like they stopped. Hold on, let me continue reading.
Mm-hmm.
And only after security and referee stepped in did the competitors pause so things could be resolved. Okay. It is understood that the protesters had attended the EGX 2023 event in London dressed in Ghostbusters costumes. 3 of the protesters removed their costumes and sprayed down screens and equipment with orange paint using Super Soaker style water guns, while a 4th filmed the protest. All 4 were eventually removed from GX security. Joke would go on to win the okay, so they finished the tournament. They were able to finish it. Okay, that's good. To win the tournament, defeating Richie. I can't pronounce this name. On the finals. Can you pronounce this?
Let me see. I'm
not gonna try.
Or
Right here.
Osana.
Yeah, I'll yeah. Yeah. Okay, so this is this is another photo of what those guys did. Look, just look at this, man. Like seriously. Like in all seriousness, like what but by going on stage and doing that, you didn't solve anything. All you did is just make us hate you and whatever it is that you're trying to convey to the audience. We don't care about that anymore. Even if what you were trying to do was for a good cause, nobody cares about that. Nobody cares about that. In the wake of the protest footage, of which was posted online in the minutes after the event of Just Stop Oil, reactions by the gaming community were not supportive. In the replies of the post, they're a near universal condemnation. Of course. And what? You actually think that people are going to celebrate and say, "Oh yeah, you guys are doing a good thing"? Is that what you think? Absolutely not. Of course, you're going to have a universal condemnation. We're not here to come to see you. We came to watch a tournament. Of course. Let me see if there's anything else that's important on here. Let me see. Okay, the acts disruptive vandalism are part of a growing trend Yeah, this is what I had mentioned earlier regarding to when it comes to like sporting events and stuff like that. We starting to see this stuff more often. So a part of a growing trend of protests that attempt to garner attention and often outrage at any cost, similar movements have been seen protesters blocking traffic, walking slowly on sidewalks, and other disruptive methods of protest. Their reasoning often points to the ineffectiveness of conventional protests and the dramatic effect that these headlines grabbing antics have on public consciousness. All right, I guess I'll read this last bit and we can move on. Criticism of the methods point to the idea that the people and objects these protests affect are unable to actually affect real change themselves. You agree with that?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Others suggest that this is merely an evolution of traditional protest methods, such as sit-in protests, which was an effective, notable weapon in the civil rights movement in the U.S. and student protests in the 1960s. Ultimately, regardless of feelings on the protest, Just Stop Oil got the attention in the UK tech scene for better or worse. Whether they'll garner any support after their actions remains to be seen. Okay, so any last words?
Nah, fuck those guys.
Yeah, yeah. The last thing I want to say is, yeah, I've been noticing a huge trend of this stuff, and clearly they're doing this because they feel that a regular traditional protest is now ineffective. So now what they want to do is become even a bigger or more of an inconvenience by going to basketball games, football games, concerts, and now video game tournaments, just so they could create their some sort of awareness. And you didn't accomplish that. Why? Because you had universal condemnation. That's why. So whatever it is that you were trying to do was ineffective. You had people actually hate you for doing it. So I'm glad that whatever goal that they were trying to accomplish, they didn't accomplish it. They're in jail, and hopefully I don't ever have to see something so ridiculous again when it comes to these idiots wanting to protest NBA at an ABA game or in a video game tournament. Enough, okay? Enough. Stop being stupid, and that's all I have to say.
Right. Let me get my share thing going. Yeah, let me do the screen share. All right, so context to this. A couple weeks ago, we talked about we talked about oh
Joe had a comment. I think it's for the both of us. Maybe he's talking about me, but I think he's talking about both of us.
they accomplished it by you talking about it. I understood. And that's why I do mean to call you. I'll call you tomorrow, Joe. I just forgot after he called me. I forgot to call him back. But we'll talk tomorrow. Yeah, he's right by that. They accomplished it by you talking about it. He is right. But the thing is that when you disrupt a major tournament like this, yeah, they got the attention that they got. They got the attention that they wanted. And the way that you keep them from that is by security stopping them before it happened. Pretty much. So okay, yeah. So all right. So
Well,
back to
here's the thing.
Mhm.
If their goal was just to have people talk about it, um, but they didn't fix anything. Like what I mean by that is this is not going to have me be more or conscious or more aware of whatever cause or whatever awareness that they're trying to spread to the world.
But
Because
the thing is that if they can get one person, then the submission accomplished for them.
hmm.
That's the main thing. As long as they can get at least one person to one new converter, then that's really all they really care about.
Yeah, with that BS. But yeah, all right. Yeah, I wanna feel good the rest of this podcast. But I guess you are right. Jabanis, yeah, it looks like that you're right. But look, I had to talk about this because when we talked about when I showed who we did, the video before the podcast started, like I just had to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Like this was a really big deal. I never seen this type of stuff happen before in the video game tournament. So it was just worth talking about. But yeah, you're right. By us talking about it now, more people probably knew about it. I'm going to assume the only person that um the only person that didn't know, I mean that knew on the chat was Critical Drop, because he was the one that told me about it before. Now everybody else is aware of it, and it is what it is.
Yeah, so he mentions for you and me and people that think this is dumb is true, but the message could work on somebody else, and that's pretty much what I said. So
Yeah, pretty much what when you said that it could probably convert at least one person.
yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so a backstory to this, right? So we talked about this a couple weeks ago because it had came out. Well, Stephen A. Was asked again about Max Kellerman, and he gave another answer, and it just kept going on and on about it. I forgot exactly what he said that. Oh no, what it was that he said that he didn't like working with Max, and that he wanted to win and all the other stuff, right? Now, the one thing that I never thought to consider was the take that Marcellus Wiley had. Now, for
Okay.
those of you who don't remember, Marcellus Wiley and Max Kellerman are good friends, and they did do radio together, and they were on Sports Nation together. So Marcellus knows Max very well.
Let me add, they also went to the same college also.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, they did mention that. Yeah. They went to the same college. They were on the same show together. They were on the same radio show together. So whatever it is that Max, like, because throughout all this, we haven't heard anything from Max Kellerman.
Yeah, he's been staying quiet for a long time.
Yeah, and hell, I actually didn't even know this. Even when Max Kellerman left, even when Matt Kellerman left First Take and was doing the morning show, Stephen A. Smith was on the morning show
with him.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And like you said, like throughout all this, like Matt Kellerman has been nothing but professional about the whole thing. And the thing with Stephen A. is that, yes, I get it. People always ask you about Matt Kellerman, but your answer as to why you didn't want him on the show changes, right? First it was, it wasn't the right chemistry, which I think he's been consistent with. But then you go in and you go after his credibility, saying, he never did this, he never did that. And I think in Marcellus Wiley, I think he said that was the reason why he said what he said. So I'm gonna play this clip. Now this is from TYT Sports. This is them talking, and they pretty much put Marcellus Wiley's words and they combine his words. So
yeah,
a black man.
Can you hear this?
Yeah, I can hear it perfectly.
Okay.
Going in a public platform.
You can put it on full screen or no?
Yeah.
Scared.
The beef continues with Stephen A. Smith, former First Take co-host Max Kellerman.
Okay, so let me give you context to this because I thought they were gonna play it here, but I'll put it in the context. Marcellus Wiley pretty much has said that the main reason why Stephen A. Smith didn't like working with Max is because Max he underestimated how smart Max Kellerman was.
Mm-hmm.
And he thought that Max Kellerman was gonna like, I guess you could say kind of like allow Stephen A. to be like the main black voice for the people. But
Right.
then, obviously you have the situation with obviously he had the situation with Terrell Owens going all the way back to that situation.
Yeah.
And I think that's why we talked about it, because it really was the beef between Stephen A. and Terrell Owens that we were talking about.
Yeah.
Right? And all that going back. So pretty much what Marcellus Wiley said about Stephen A. that he was intimidated by the intelligence of Max Kellerman. So let me continue on.
An ex-ESPNer / FS1 host, Marcellus Wiley.
Stephen A. felt threatened, point blank. There ain't no way around it.
It started with Wiley responding to Smith's assertions on Kellerman, which Smith took personally.
For a black man to sit up there and say another black man is scared of somebody's intellect. Come on, bro. That's just the line you crossing.
Wiley and
Okay, so that's what Stephen A. Smith said, right?
Mhm.
Now, I personally, I think that he just pulled the race card, because I think deep down Stephen A.
Who? Okay.
And the reason why he pulled the race card is because I believe deep down Marcellus Wiley's telling the truth, and he can't combat that. So here's the thing: when he made his response to Marcellus Wiley, he never refuted anything that he said. Never did. Didn't mention nothing about self-sabotaging the show. Never refuted that. Never refuted anything that he said. He didn't refute. The only thing that he went after was him saying that Marcellus Wiley was foul for questioning his intelligence next to Max. That's all he said.
Yeah.
And that's why he has to pull the race card. And obviously, he's in the Breakfast Club, so that's the perfect place for him to pull the race card.
Of course. Everything is always a race issue when it comes to the Breakfast Club. It seems like everything seems to be a race issue. And it's funny that you mentioned how he didn't say anything to Marcus, like saying that, that's a lie, it's not true. You're right. He didn't say any of those things.
Yeah, all the claims that he had, he never addressed them.
Right.
Never did. And to me, I just think that there's some truth to what Marcellus Wiley is saying.
And I also think because I remember when Stephen A. was on his show, he also mentioned, to black man, you're gonna tell another black man that, I'm afraid, of a white man, intelligence. I mean, at the end of the day, regardless if he was white, black, Hispanic, Asian, that's not the issue here. Like that shouldn't be the vocal point or the focus on your part.
What Marcellus Wiley is saying is that what he hired Max Kellerman for was to be kind of like a white foil for Stephen A.
Yeah, what Stephen A. wanted was to duplicate what he had with Skip Bayless.
Yeah,
that's what he wanted.
To an extent, I don't think he ever thought that Max was as brazen as Skip Bayless. I don't think that, but he probably didn't like was during the whole George Floyd situation that people would be more, and Colin Kaepernick situation, that people would have been more, would have preferred to listen to Max than Stephen A.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that he wasn't okay with. And that's pretty much, and Marcellus Wiley pretty much intimated the same thing. So, all right, so let me continue on.
In his eyes, sees through it.
To say that I was wrong as a black man to question another black man's intellect on a public platform, which I didn't do. I just questioned it. But I do know that you do question the intellect, the heart, the talent, the mindset, the capabilities, the health, etc. of black athletes every damn day on that show.
Yeah, and that's something else that he also never addressed. The fact that Stephen A. in the past, even to this day, probably not as much as before, very, very, very obviously criticizes athletes all the time. He does it to everybody, but he does do it to black men, right?
Oh, of course.
And the thing is that you talk about, and Marcellus Wiley pretty much saying that, okay, so you're mad at me for bringing that up, but yet all the time that you've done this to black athletes, and yet, what you have to say about that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and Stephen A. Smith never, I wouldn't say he, like, well, I'll play a video, and I think he does address that a little bit. So we'll continue on with this.
Every single day. And you hide behind the cover of, I'm just doing my job for the bosses. That's very rich of you to try and make what I said into something you do every single day, which is highly hypocritical of you, Stephen A. Since I'm black and you're black, I shouldn't hold you accountable.
Oh, see, that's exactly what what I was trying to say,
brother.
That's exactly what I was trying to say. Oh, just because the two of you are black, you should pretty much let him slide and let him get away pretty much of what he did, because black brothers are supposed to stick together regardless of, no. If something what you did was unethical, if something what you did was just plain out wrong, you should be called out for it and should be held accountable for it, regardless of what your skin color is. Listen, I understand that a lot of people want to be pro-black, and brothers, should always stick together. And a lot of and here's what I don't want to make this. I really don't want to make this about race. But I know a lot of people say things like, "Look how the Asians stick together. Look how the Hispanics, they stick together, and we should be able to do the exact same thing." And that's fine. I completely understand that point, but that still shouldn't mean that we should just let them get away for what they do, which negatively impacts somebody else, especially if it's not justifiable. If somebody did something is wrong, you should be able to call them out, whether what they did that was wrong, without being called, oh, you are a traitor, or you are a coon, or you are this and you are that, whatnot.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Did what happened?
I agree with that.
Yeah. Did what you do was wrong. Did what you did was immoral. And I know things are like subjective and blah 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 blah, whatever. And people say I shouldn't look at things in black and white, whatever. I know Giovanni say I do that all the time, and I think even you have too. But at the end of the day, if you did something wrong to somebody else, you should be called out for it. And even if we are both in the same race class or whatever, or or in the same financial stature, well, I don't care what it is, you should be called out for it, and I should not be labeled as a traitor because I called you out for it. And Stephen A feels that Marcellus betrayed him, because he believed that they should just stick together regardless of what Stephen A did to Max. And I really appreciate that he didn't do that. I really do. But go ahead.
Well,
what you say?
The thing is that I think the reason why Marcellus Wiley is saying what he's saying, according to what he's saying, is because of the fact that he's trying to minimize who Max Kellerman was, and that's what Stephen A. Smith did, where he pretty much said that, oh, why would people listen to you? You didn't play the game, you didn't cover the sport, or whatever, and Marcellus Wiley did not like that. And considering that he's friends with Max, and that he knows about the behind the scenes stuff of what was going on, that's why he said what he said. But let me continue on.
Mm-hmm. You're doing your job for the bosses, so you're holding everyone accountable. Who cares their color? You do too much of this color stuff anyway. Yeah, I should have known you're gonna play the race card, because you do it in your show all the time.
And fired back.
Absolutely.
Smith on the Breakfast Club went deeper. And in that interview, Stephen A. harped on Wiley doing all this for attention and clicks. However, for Marcellus, there was an even more serious allegation.
For years, working with Max. What they worked together 5 years or something. He sabotaged that show because he didn't want to work with Max and couldn't get his way.
Wiley then brings up the ultimatum Smith gave to his bosses. It's either me,
which by the way, he never addressed that part either.
True, very true.
Never addressed that part. Yeah. So continuing on.
or Max. Choose wisely. Ultimately, the bosses chose Smith and moved Kellerman to a different program on the network. Wiley would also label Smith passive-aggressive for how he dealt with Kellerman on the show.
Just want y'all to take notice of that. Even if you want to go back and look at it. How long was Stephen A. Smith doing a show with somebody that he was trying to cut their legs from underneath them and go to the bosses to get rid of him, but still having to come back the next day and fake it? And didn't fake it that well.
A fair point by Wiley. Wiley would add this viral moment to his rant.
Obviously, Max is going to get in here. And like I said, I'm in the streets. Max almost seems blacker than you, Stephen A. with what he's coming, with his commentary.
And elaborated further.
Even T.O. was laughing when he said that Max seems blacker than you. But guess who wasn't laughing? Stephen A. Smith. Maybe because growing up, you've been laughed at too many times. I don't know where that insecurity comes from, but it's deep because you acted out. Not only acted out on your show, sabotage your own show, got rid of the dude. You deserve that, big dog. You got vet status. You the baller. But you couldn't stop talking about it and went too far. Even your greatest fan is probably like, dog, you went too far on Max. Like, dog, chill. We get it. Take that L, bro. Like, you making up stuff. The receipts don't add up.
In fairness, because we are fair, Smith said at the time, and remains consistent, that he thought what Owen said crossed the line completely.
I see it like this, man. You did the dude dirty. It's all good. But just admit you were wrong. Or let your silence admit it. Stop speaking on it. Let it go.
Wiley then got some comments.
He played the clout chaser card and the race card. It was hilarious. Yeah, that caught me off guard. I was listening to his show and I was like, oh, he sneak dissing. I think he sneak dissing me, but he ain't said my name, so whatever. But I hate when cats sneak diss. Dog, say my name and number, like my coach said. If I ever call somebody out, I am saying their name and number.
He would also address the doing it for viewership line from Stephen A.
Like, come on, man. And like, he trying to reduce me because I'm at the crib chilling, doing it my way, independent. And he like, oh, they doing it for clicks. You doing it for views. And I don't even think that's a negative. And I don't think doing it for clicks is a negative.
He then explains why he's checking Smith.
I'm doing it because this industry funked up. And they over here killing cats for no reason. And since one dude got the loudest megaphone, it doesn't give him license and right to shoot at KD, to shoot at LeVar Ball, Lonzo Ball, Kwame Brown, whatever. It don't give nobody no license to have that many damn bodies just because you don't like them.
Remains to be seen if Stephen A.
All right, so you have that. Stephen A. Smith responded. Yeah, he responded, and this is what he had to say. You can hear this, right?
No, I can't hear anything.
You can't hear anything?
No.
Oh, hold on. Yeah, you should be able to hear this now.
Marcellus Wiley. I only brought it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I only addressed it because it was asked to me by Charlamagne the God. DJ Envy and Charlamagne the God were interviewing me, and
FYI, I think DJ Envy is probably gonna go to jail. Just putting that out there. For those of you who
well, now you're gonna have to explain why, because you can't just say, oh, he's going to jail and then not tell us why.
Well, you know who he is, right?
Yeah, I know who he is.
Okay, so apparently he got caught up in some I don't know what you call it, a Ponzi scheme or something like that, where a housing market scheme where he and his friend were what did they do? I think they convinced people to invest in these properties and they haven't paid them back. So yeah, I think it's something similar to that. So he's probably gonna go to jail. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but anyway, let's continue on.
They saw some stuff about Marcellus Wiley coming at me, and he said something along those lines about me being scared of the intelligence. I won't even say the man's name anymore, my former colleague, because every time I mention his name, folks lie. They create headlines, they change shit, and they make stuff up. And I'm tired of going through all of that. I've stated my position. I'm not a liar. Look at my book, Straight Shooter, a memoir of second chances and first takes. It's all in there. It's all there. Just go look. But I wanted to reiterate what I said about Marcellus Wiley. Because ain't nobody scared. I'll say what I want to say. What I do want to say is this. A couple of things. The individual who he felt the need to come to the protection of, that's his best friend.
Okay.
So guess what, Marcellus Wiley? I wish I had a friend like you. Actually, I'm lying. Because I already have friends like you. I've got a bunch of friends that will come to my aid. Just like you came to the aid of our former colleague.
Where they at?
Who, by the way, is informed me he'll always be a colleague because he'll be back in the business doing his thing.
No, you paused it.
But that's neither be here nor there. My only disappointment in Marcellus Wiley was what he said.
Okay. All right. Let me get back to the podcast though. All right.
To be in the year 2023 and to accuse a black man of being scared of the intelligence of another black man is just one of the saddest things you could possibly do. I'm not mad. I'm not hurt. It was disappointing to hear. But for all of y'all looking for some kind of shade or whatever, we ain't gonna be a hypocrite. I've always had love for Marcellus Wiley.
Okay. Yeah, my bad. But I mean, everyone else who talked to you sideways, you address straight up. And here you have a guy who's coming at you sideways, and yet now you want to sit there and be peaceful. Oh, come on, Stephen A.
There was never, ever, ever a single day when that brother was not kind to me, that he was not respectful to me, that he was not decent to me. And just because I disagree with what he said doesn't mean that I'm going to clap back at him and offend him. I got mad love for all of my colleagues. Marcellus Wiley was one of those people. I'm sorry he's gone from ESPN. I'm sorry he's gone from FS1. I hope whatever it is that he's doing, and I'm assuming it's something more than just his podcast because the brother's bright as hell. I wish him nothing but the best. If I saw him, the only thing that I would say to him is, bro, really? That's what we doing now? A black man is scared of the intelligence of a white dude? Really? In the year 2023, we gonna say something like that? Because I can assure you, I ain't scared of nobody. Now, when it comes to intellect, you know why I'm not scared? Because either I'm just as smart, if not smarter, or I learn from their intelligence and it makes me more intelligent. So I'm always.
So, well, why not have Max on the show then? I mean, I'm just being real. Like, if you're saying that, I just learned from other people's intelligence and stuff like that. Well, you have a guy who's obviously very smart, and yet you kicked him off the podcast.
Yeah, you pretty much got him fired, despite the fact that the show was still number one. Despite the fact that the show was still in a trajectory type of motion, it was still going upward. he still became number one. It never went down, and yet you decided to kick him out, got him fired because you wanted to go to a completely different direction, despite being number one. So you obviously you didn't reach satisfactory. That wasn't good enough for you. No, you wanted things to be handled your way. You didn't like the fact that more minorities were more related to Max Kellerman than you, and you didn't like that. You didn't like the fact that they were more on his side than you, because people had called you a traitor. People called you a coon because all you did was just constantly talk about black athletes and how they're this and that, and talking about weed and this and that. While Max coming, like, let me address the whole weed stuff, right? Because you know how I feel about weed. I don't like it, right? But I remember there on many occasions people appreciated Max for going on their side when it comes to marijuana, because he kept on talking about the hypocrisy of how they're promoting like alcohol and things like that. But yet when it comes to when it comes to weed, oh no, you can't smoke that, despite that it's legal in certain states, and yet you still are not able to smoke it when as it pertains to the NFL. And all Stephen A just kept on saying over and over again, oh, stay off the weed, stay off the weed, stay off the weed. While Max understood that point, but he was also trying to address the hypocrisy behind that. So that's just one example of how, of course, Max Kellerman, well, people are always going, like, a lot of the minorities always felt like Max Kellerman was always on their side because of situations like that, and which is the reason why he was so intelligent, because he always liked to go into a deep down in these certain topics. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I think Stephen A. Smith, just didn't like it. He doesn't like the fact, because he wanted to be the hero, for black people. That's what he wanted to do. And then he wanted Max, to talk for white people, because he clearly wanted the formula to be just pretty much about race. I'm black, so I will talk about black issues. You're white, you're going to talk about white issues. But that didn't go his way. And so I think that's part of the reason why he wanted Max out. And yes, I also do believe Max was just so super high intelligent. Well, I found out that Stephen A. Smith, he had actually had trouble during, I think, middle school and high school. Like he had some type of issue where it was just hard for him, to learn while he was in school. But Max, like, that dude, he was just I heard that his test scores was just like through the roof. Very, very highly intelligent dude. And I think Stephen A. Smith, just couldn't handle that. And which is why I also think it made so much sense that whenever he had brought up a very good point, Stephen A. Smith would start disrespecting him, start insulting him, and saying, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. I don't know why I'm wasting my time talking to you. He would say those, certain things and start belittling Max live on TV. Live on TV, constantly disrespecting him, disrespecting, his manhood and things like that. And I honestly believe that's just another example of he just couldn't stand the fact that Max was more intelligent than he was. So, yeah.
Winning. I'm always winning. Now, there's a lot of people out there that want me to address.
Okay. Yeah, there's the other part that we need to talk about real quick.
Other names.
I think I know where you're going with this.
Who will remain nameless.
Oh man.
And I will not deny it. I think he's a fat, no good bastard who I despise.
I knew it. Pause it. Like, I knew it. I knew he was gonna go there. And the reason why I'm laughing and I'm so thrilled by it is because you don't like talking about this guy.
Nope.
So I am actually really happy that, oh snap, he's in the title down there. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm actually happy that you want to talk about it, because I thought if I was going to bring it up, I thought your reaction was going to be, I'm not interested in talking about that, dude. But since this is a big surprise, I'm happy that you did this. All right, continue.
But it doesn't mean that I wish him harm. It just means I know what he is. That is not Marcellus Wiley I'm talking about. It ain't hard to figure out who the hell I'm talking about. But even then, I wish him no harm. Even though he has made a career out of maligning and ridiculing and trying to wish others the worst. I'm where I'm at. That particular individual is where he's at. And I'll leave it at that. And no, I'm not talking about Marcellus Wiley again. No, I'm not talking about my former colleague on First Take. No, I'm not talking about them. They ain't fat bastards who are seeds of the devil, wishing nothing but black folks harm. But I'll leave that for another day, for when the time is right.
All right. So obviously he's talking about Jason Whitlock, and Whitlock does have a response, but
yes,
since I don't watch his show, I haven't seen it.
I saw it.
Well, do you have it or
I think so. Yeah.
You can share it, but the thing is that there is one video. I think there's one more video that I do want to share.
Mm-hmm.
But I actually I don't really need to share. I'll just say it right here. Now, Dan Le Batard, obviously he knows Stephen A. and he used and he knows Jason Whitlock. Now, he used to be very close with Jason Whitlock. But
Dan Le Batard?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
But considering that, Jason Whitlock decided to trash him in the media because that's who his audience, that's who he's catering to now. Right? Because of that, apparently they're not cool anymore, even though what's his name? Dan Le Batard never heard an explanation as to why they're not as close anymore. But he said that he knows the roots as to why these two are not friends. Right?
Okay.
And he also tried to broker peace between the two of them, and it didn't go well. That's pretty much what he said.
Okay.
So yeah, if you have Whitlock, if you have Whitlock stuff or whatever.
Yeah, I do. Let me share it real quick. Hang on a second.
All right. While you do that, let me see if I can. Let me read some comments. Let's see. Oh, what's going on, Malta? How you doing, bro? How you doing?
I'm glad you're here, Malta. How was the prayer night? How was it, man? How was it?
David's in the chat as well. What's going on, David? I never realized how much drama was in sports talk shows. I do, trust me. the stuff that goes on in that field, like they can make movies about it. Trust me. It's a highly competitive, highly toxic environment.
Oh man, it's toxic. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. And trust me, it's nasty.
And I also want to say this, Dave, because just like in any other job, you will always have issues of employees not getting along, or certain employees not getting along, with the bosses. Like it's like that in just about every single field that you could think of. But when it comes to like sports media, like bro, it is just like left and right. Somebody has an issue, with someone, and it's just constant. Like it's just never ending. Like it seems like it's never ever a peaceful moment. You have people. There's rumors of people getting this person fired, people messing with each other's relationships. Like it is crazy. And part of it is pride. Part of it they have a lot of money, thinking that they could get away with it. And I think a lot of it is they just don't like each other. A lot of these people who are working in the media, they despise each other. But I have the video. Go ahead. You could read a couple of comments if you want.
All right. So Malta said that pro athletes shouldn't smoke weed because they wouldn't be as good as they're in their sport. And that I don't know necessarily if that's true. Now again, weed has a different I don't smoke it, but weed has different effects for different people. I know for a fact that Kevin Durant, he smokes.
Yeah,
he's
he does.
openly admitted to it. But yeah, he's one of the best players in the world. You have other guys whose addiction to weed has hurt them in their career. So it just depends on who. It just depends on the person.
Yeah.
So he said that weed makes you slow and lazy. And he said that I used to smoke weed along with other drugs. I did. I was a slow, lazy, uninspired, but now I'm very much active because I don't do drugs.
Yeah,
So
I definitely applaud you for that, Malta, because dude, the people that I know that have used drugs over the years, or that was just addicted to some type of, whether it's alcohol or weed, man, I'm telling you, like, it completely altered your life in a negative way, big time. It has, and look, I also do believe that in most cases it does more harm, than good. But like Hoopy said, there are just some players that they could actually handle it, like Kevin Durant. He's a good prime example. He's still elite, whether he smokes or not. And he says here, I started watching Skip's new show again. By the way, it's not very good. Are you talking about his podcast, or are you talking about Undisputed? That's what I'm curious about, because I know for a fact Hoopy doesn't like his podcast. I remember you mentioned it.
His podcast is not. It's not even because I don't like him. His podcast looks very, very boring and mundane. And I can't. And even though I'm not the biggest fan of Stephen A, I can't say Stephen A's podcast. I've listened to it a couple of times. It's actually very good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's actually very good. Like Marcellus Wiley's podcast, with the whole stuff going on, listen to some of his stuff. He's very good. But Skip Bayless, that dude, his podcast is dry. It is dry. Straight up.
Have you listened to any of Shannon Sharp's podcast?
Yes, I have. Like he does more like interviews and stuff like that. So yeah. And that stuff is good too. That stuff is good.
Okay, you like his also, and you also like Dan Levitar's too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So this one is Jason Whitlock. This is again when Stephen A. Pretty much called him out on it, and so this just gets even more interesting. So this is what he had to say.
Some of what he said on
Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Breakfast Club, but then Stephen A. pivoted it to talking about me. And that's where I come in. And this whole explanation I'm going to unpack will make sense. But let's hear Stephen A. Smith, I believe yesterday or the day before, talking about Marcellus Wiley and then yours truly, fat bastard, as he calls me. Anyway, go ahead, play the clip.
I got mad love.
Now, we don't need to listen to this part again, do we? Want me to skip it?
You skip.
All right, let me skip it.
Of.
Let me see.
The visual is where he's at. And I'll leave it at that. And no, I'm not talking about Marcellus Wiley. And I will not deny it. I think he's a fat, no good bastard who I despise to the core. But it doesn't mean that I wish him harm. It just means I know what he is. That is not Marcellus Wiley I'm talking about. It ain't hard to figure out who the hell I'm talking about. But even then, I wish him no harm. Even though he has made a career out of maligning and ridiculing and trying to wish others the worst.
And you have not? I had to pause real quick. And you have not? All the black athletes that you constantly tore down throughout your entire career, ever since you even first started, always yelling, always screaming, and this person is this person is that, calling people names, calling people bums, saying, this person needs to be out of the league, saying that this person needs to be fired, blah, 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 blah. All this crap of where when it comes to people like you, where you could actually influence somebody else's money by talking crap to them, where you could actually compromise, somebody else's job by talking so horribly to them, purposely mispronouncing people's names. Like you have done have done far worse than any other sports analyst or journalist out there. Now I know, and look, I know people want to say, "Oh, well, Skip Bayless does the exact same thing. Charles Barkley and Shaq does the exact same thing." Understood. But don't sit here and tell the audience, telling us that, oh, he's the guy that maligns and disrespects black people, when you have done the exact same thing throughout your whole entire career. And similar to how in my opinion, how when you talk about how Skip Bayless always mentions LeBron James so he could seek attention, I personally do believe that Stephen A did the exact same thing to a lot of black athletes so he could get attention. But I also believe that it's not just him hating. I think he really enjoys hurting people's careers. Honestly, I do believe that. Because why? If you want to critique somebody's play and you want to criticize them for it, that's fine. But like how you said, if you're going to start calling somebody people's names and mispronouncing people's names, like that is just flat out disrespect. And now you had to apologize for some of the stuff that you have said. So all this is right here, to me, it's hypocrisy. Well, let's continue. You have anything to say? Do you think I'm wrong about that? You have anything to say?
No, I mean they're both two sides of the same coin. I think like I said, how I feel about Jason Whitlock. I think he's a full blown coon. But
Okay.
but like I said, I am interested to hear his response.
Oh, okay.
I'm where I'm at. That particular individual is where he's at. And I'll leave it at that. And no, I'm not talking about Marcellus Wiley again. No, I'm not talking about my former colleague on First Take. No, I'm not talking about them. They ain't fat bastards. who are seeds of the devil. Wishing nothing but black folks home. But I'll leave that for another day, for when the time is right.
All right, so that's Stephen A. And this is where the problem Stephen A. Smith has, and the problem many people involved in corporate media, many people that are addicted to social media, this is the problem they have. They can't be honest. They can't say what they really, really believe.
So what you're saying, he's lying. So everything. Now look, like I said, I'm calling him a hypocrite. But so you're saying that Stephen A. Smith is pretty much lying by not being honest, with pretty much his audience, his following. Now I'm really curious to hear, what else he has to say. But do you have anything to say regarding of what that statement he just said?
No, because I didn't hear what he said.
No, well, do you agree, about the lying part?
Steve, I need to know what he's lying. I need to know what Whitlock's about to say before I say anything.
Oh, all right, fine.
And so they go the passive aggressive route. They go a very dishonest route, and they're upset with me. And this has been an issue for me throughout my entire career, because throughout my entire career, no matter where I'm at, Kansas City Star, ESPN, Fox Sports, America Online, AOL Sports, when that was around, when I did sports talk radio, I've always been, and it's not because I'm a better person than anybody else, It's a quirk in my personality. It comes from the way that I was raised and my upbringing. I'm a weird person in terms of I've never cared what the world thinks about me. And a lot of that has to do with seeds that were planted in me, again, at 25th Street Baptist Church, where I grew up, and my grandmother, my beloved Kennedy. But I didn't even recognize it then that that's what it was about me. It wasn't until much later in life that I figured out, like, those seeds took root in me and changed my personality and rigged my personality in a way that I'm not concerned with what the world thinks about me. I'm not courting that kind of popularity. I'm not trying to, because I'm a failure in a lot of ways. A lot. Look at my gluttony. Look at the decisions that I've talked to you guys about, I've made in my personal life. Stupid things, blessings God sent me that I threw away, took for granted, exploited, mistreated, abused, just didn't take the proper care of gifts that God sent me for my personal life. So I'm not trying to put myself on a pedestal. But there is certain strengths that I have and things that I have done right. And one of them is I don't care about what the world thinks of me. And particularly now in the last 7, 8, 9, 10 years, I'm out here performing for an audience of one, and that is God. And that's very, very difficult.
Pause.
Did you say pause it?
Yeah, pause.
Oh, okay.
This guy is so full of shit. It's not even funny. You can say whatever the fuck you want to say, but don't sit here and lie to these fucking people and say, "Oh, I'm here for the audience of one." Your attitude, all the people who you stabbed in the back, tells me that you're chasing the Clay Travis crowd. That's who you're chasing after. You're chasing after white people who hate mainstream media. That's who you're chasing after. Cut the bullshit. You can play.
Wait. So you saying he's trying to imitate?
He's full
emulate?
of shit. He's full of shit. You can keep playing.
No, okay.
For most people to go that route, to not want to have people, you walk into a room and because of the way that I am, not because I want people to dislike me, or not because I'm courting controversy, because I choose to be transparent.
Something's wrong with your mic. Something's wrong with your mic or your headset. Like it's making like a whole lot of noise. Yeah, it's me. Oh, and I don't hear it now. You fixed it?
Yeah.
All right.
And honest and tell you what I really think. If someone asks me, "Hey, Jason, does this shirt make me look fat?" I'm the type of person that would say, "Yeah, it kind of does." And again, when I look in the mirror and I look at myself and say, "Does this shirt make me look fat?" I'm honest with myself. Yeah, it does, Jason, because you are fat. And but it's not that I can't lie, because I have told some lies in my life. But man, I go out of my way to not lie and to tell people exactly what I think. And I allow people to say and talk about me exactly how they think. I'm not offended or upset that Stephen A. Smith called me fat bastard, or that Stephen A. Smith is expressing this kind of animus towards me. I'm disappointed, wish that he didn't have that level of animus, because I certainly don't have it towards him. But again, I can just say, I've put myself in position, and the quirk in my personality allows me to be very, very honest. Stephen A. Smith, not being honest here. Let me walk you through it. And I said this previously. If Stephen A., and give you a couple of examples of just how he was dishonest in that conversation. He says he wants to do no harm. and says that how much he loves Marcellus and he's not going to disrespect him. But the first thing he says in a passive aggressive shot, clear as day, it shouldn't go over anybody's head. I'm assuming he's doing more than that podcast because, he's a really super smart brother. What he just said was a shot at Marcellus. I'm Stephen A. Smith. I got First Take. I'm making $10 million a year. I'm hoping that this Ivy League brother, Marcellus Wiley, is doing more than a podcast. That was a shot at Marcellus Wiley. Clear as day. After he said he wasn't going to take any shots. But again, he's not in a position where he can be honest and say what he really thinks. He then goes on to say, I don't want to harm anybody. And this is all as he's talking about me. He doesn't want to harm anybody. But then he starts taking shots at me. I'm up here and he's down here. And then the real shot he's taking is, and Jason, or fat bastard, me, he's built his entire career on maligning and smearing Black people. What he's done is he's in hot water with Black Twitter, Black audience, whatever. He's in hot water with them. His dispute with Max Kellerman and Marcellus Wiley isn't going well. And so what he's saying to the audience, and the whole purpose of why he did this segment on Marcellus was that so he could direct the animus. Hey, I know y'all mad at me. I know y'all think I was wrong for criticizing Max. I know what Marcellus said. Y'all are buying into. But let me redirect your attention over to Jason Whitlock. He's the real bad guy.
That's exactly what Stephen A. Smith just did. That's exactly what he did. He knows that he has a whole bunch of enemies. He knows that there's a lot of minorities that are completely against him, calling him coon, calling him a traitor, calling him a backstabber. And now all of a sudden he wants to revert that to Jason Whitlock. I 100% agree with Jason Whitlock on that point. Let me continue.
Wait. Let me address this. Now, I would agree with you, but here's the problem. I guarantee you that this fat bastard.
Are you serious?
I'm calling. Look, you know I don't like Jason Whitlock. You know I don't like Jason Whitlock. So I'm gonna call him whatever the fuck I'm gonna call him. But I know for a fact that he has made comments about Stephen A. Smith. I know he has. Because his shtick is that he talks about mainstream media and how you can't trust mainstream media because of this person, that person, this person, that person, this and that, and this and that. Clay Travis does the same shit. That's what they do. So him saying, oh, though I guarantee you, if he didn't say anything about this, Stephen A. Smith would have never brought him up. Now, what he's saying may be true, likely is true, but I guarantee you, you're not innocent in this. You're not. His past is too riddled for me to know. I guarantee you that he has something to say about it. That's why Stephen A. Smith is going after him.
Okay.
That's, again, we've spent a lot of this week talking about the cowardice of people in foreign countries using babies as human shields and women as human shields and all of that. And that is wrong what Hamas is doing. I don't want to diminish that in any way with these comments, but this is the same type of, or obviously not as bad, but it's the same type of cowardice Stephen A. Smith is showing here. He doesn't want to take on Marcellus Wiley because he can't be honest.
And you see, this is why.
I agree with that.
Okay. You see, this is why.
And I said that.
Well, no, but this is the reason why I had said, okay, so you're calling Stephen A. Smith, a liar, or by telling partial truth, I guess. And Jason Whitlock, pretty much similar of what you said. He had to pull the race card, like what you said, because he really couldn't face Wiley face to face. He couldn't. He couldn't. So he had no choice, because this is the type of stuff that Stephen A. Smith does. Whenever he's put in a particular corner and that there's no comeback for him, he will just use big words to compensate. He will just insult you to compensate, or he will just pull the race card to compensate. That's what he does. He has done that throughout all of his career. Oh yeah, and also he starts yelling and screaming also at you to compensate, his stupidity or his awful takes. That's what Stephen A. Smith does. That's what he does. And this is no different at all. Because we clearly seen it. And the funny thing is, the fact that you even called him out for, pulling the race card, which is typically something that I always like to do. Because you know what I always like to say. Not everything is always a race issue. But Stephen A. Smith constantly wants to make something about race. Always. And now he had no choice, because he couldn't face Wiley face to face when it comes to this topic, when it comes to him and Max and ESPN and whatnot. But let's finish this so we could move on.
He can't say what really happened between he and Max Kellerman. So he says, let me hide behind Whitlock, let me distract, and let me point all the animus at Jason Whitlock. I don't like him anyway. I know that Twitter and social media people love to attack him. And hey, guys, I know y'all calling me an Uncle Tom, but here's the real Uncle Tom.
Right.
That's the move of a coward. That's the move of a person, or it's a move of a coward. That's a cowardly move. That's the move of a person who doesn't want to engage in this fight with Marcellus and Max Kellerman. Go fight Jason Whitlock, everybody. Leave me alone. So here's what happened legitimately between Max Kellerman and Stephen A. Smith. And I got into this.
Do you want to continue listening, or are you done?
No.
Okay.
No. But to me, this whole thing would not have happened if Stephen A. had not tried to delegitimize Max Kellerman's credentials. Right? None of this shit would have happened. With that said, I find this whole thing to be funny.
Okay.
I find this whole thing to be funny. And at the end of the day, it is what it is. I don't know if Stephen A. is going to address Jason Whitlock, because at the end of the day, all he's gonna do is give Jason Whitlock attention. That's all he's gonna do. And that is what Jason Whitlock wants. He wants attention. That's what he wants. He wants attention, and I mean, it is what it is. So
I mean, what more attention that he needs? Like he I mean, he has a huge following already.
Of course he does, but it's not to the level of Stephen A.
From when you say Stephen A., you talking about like just podcast to podcast, though, right?
I'm talking about relevance to relevance.
Oh, okay.
Now, we're not gonna sit there and pretend that Stephen A. is not more relevant than Jason Whitlock.
No. Stephen A. is definitely more relevant or a bigger name than Jason Whitlock. Absolutely.
And if he gives Jason Whitlock the attention that he seeks, then Jason Whitlock wins no matter what. Because truth be told, there's nothing that could be said that's gonna make people who like Jason Whitlock not like him, and vice versa. There's nothing that can be said that's gonna make people who dislike Whitlock all of a sudden like him, or vice versa. Like pretty much what I'm saying is, people who don't like Jason Whitlock, Stephen A. Smith's not gonna change their mind, and vice versa. Both these guys are very divisive individuals. And, if they want to fight it out, then so be it. But to me, at the end of the day, I just find the whole thing to be funny.
Well, to me, I don't think Jason Whitlock is looking for attention. I don't think that's what he's trying. I don't think that's what he was trying to do. Personally, I believe that although you find this funny, I do find this, to be very entertaining. At this point, I don't think it's going to go anywhere. And the reason why I say I don't think it's going to go anywhere, similar how all he pretty much did was just pull the race card with Wiley. All he's just going to do is probably just pull another race card with Whitlock, or if what Whitlock's saying is true, which I think he is, Stephen A is not going to try to. I don't think Stephen A is going to address Whitlock anymore because there's really nothing else for Stephen A. Smith to say. Because I think what Whitlock said was spot on. He wanted to, all the times of people calling him trash and calling him a coon. He wants to take all of that energy and put that on Whitlock. That's what Stephen A. Smith's goal was.
And you think he did that? You think he did that unprovoked?
Well, I don't know. You know what? I should probably look to see if what you're saying is true, that Jason Whitlock had said something, to Stephen A.
Because the one thing that I've noticed from Stephen A is that he's not going to attack anybody unless he's attacked first. When it comes to like podcasters or people, his peers. He's not going to go after. He's not going to just randomly go after people. At least his peers. He's not going to do that unless he was provoked. And I guarantee you that Jason Whitlock provoked them.
Well, here's the thing though. Didn't you also say that Dan Lemitard mentioned him and Max Kellerman?
Yeah, and they've known each other for a long time. They had discussions about this already.
Yeah. Now,
but here's the thing: he don't hate Dan Lemitard. They're friends. They just have a disagreement. He clearly doesn't like Jason Whitlock.
Yeah.
But I also know that he would not just randomly bring up Jason. He never mentioned him by name. But he's not going to randomly bring up Jason Whitlock unless Jason Whitlock provoked him. And that's exactly what he is. He's a provocateur. He may have you fooled. But there was one tweet a couple months ago where he randomly attacked Mina Khan for no reason.
Well, do you remember what he said?
I don't remember what he said, but he got roasted for it.
No.
But he went after her first for no reason. And you told me he didn't. Stephen A. Smith just brought him up out of the blue. Fuck no.
No. Well, what I mean is, if Jason Whitlock had something to say regarding to Stephen A. Smith and Max Kellerman, yeah, I think Stephen A. Smith obviously, just didn't like it, and because someone who he does not like had opinions about Stephen A. Smith and Max Kellerman, Stephen A. Smith decided to go after Jason Whitlock and call him fat. That's what I think what happened. I think whatever Whitlock had said about the relationship between Stephen A. and Max Kellerman, if it was anybody else, he would have never have gone that far because he doesn't have the same disdain or the same dislike like he does with Whitlock. I think because of the hatred that he had with Whitlock was the reason why he went after him the way that he did. Not because Whitlock wants attention. It's just the fact that he just doesn't like him in general. And now, because of it...
What?
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Continue.
Yeah, so I think I think for the fact that I don't know if he hates him, but let me just say that, yeah, he just doesn't like the guy. And because someone who you do not like had an opinion of what you did to Max, he decided to go after him. That's what I think what happened. So I believe what Jason Whitlock said in full. I do.
You can't believe him if you think that he's just doing this out of the blue.
No, I think he's doing it because he doesn't like the guy.
Okay, but that's not out of the blue. Like, even if you don't like him, if he didn't say anything, then there's nothing to attack him for.
No, because I think that you're right that Jason Whitlock did say something about that situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why.
But if he had said something where he either he sided with Stephen A, or at least understood the situation, then Stephen A. Smith's not attacking him. He's not attacking him. The only reason why he would attack, Jason, is if Jason said something about Stephen A. And I guarantee you he did.
Even if that's the case, what does that have anything to do of him talking about, oh, you like to malign and belittle, black athletes? Well, where did that come from?
Because one is true. Even though, yeah, both of them do it. It's true. It's true.
I mean, I would have just kept it, between the two of them. I mean, just keep it between, of the situation at hand. Like, why do you have to bring up, oh yeah, you like to, talk about black athletes this, black athletes that, when first of all you do the exact same thing. Mm-hmm. And even if it is true, so what? What does that have to do with the main issue?
Because Stephen A. tried to skirt around the main issue.
Exactly. So that's why I believe Whitlock.
Yeah, but the problem is that he's not. The reason. Oh wow, that's
he's gone. Okay, no.
But that was close. But here's the thing: the reason why Stephen A. Smith is going after Jason Whitlock is because Whitlock said something to Stephen A. Smith.
No, that's fair. I would like to go back and revisit it, but yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
All right, we can move on though, because we can move on.
Yeah.
All right,
yeah.
So,
even though it's only 10-10, the game looks like it is fun to watch.
Yeah.
All right.
So
what's next?
NBA top 100. Now we're not gonna talk about all 100, but we're gonna talk. There's one thing that I want to point out, and then we'll talk about the top 10 real quick.
Okay.
All right. So as you see right here, Tyler Hero, number 79. Right. Okay. 79. Right. Which I don't have a problem with the ranking. However, let's scroll down. 78 is Scoot Henderson. How many games has Scoot Henderson played in his career?
Honestly, I don't even know.
The answer is 0. He's above Tyler Hero. I don't get it. Okay, Jordan Clarkson, fine, whatever. Chris Paul, understood. Even though I think Hero's better. Nikola Vucevic, fine, whatever. Kate Cunningham, fine, whatever. Chet Holmgren, how many games in his career has Chet Holmgren played?
I have no clue, bro.
The same as Scoot Henderson, 0. Yeah, he is above Tyler Hero.
Wow. Okay.
Jordan Poole was garbage last year.
Yeah, he was that's an insult right there. That's a huge insult.
RJ Barrett, 71.
No.
RJ Barrett.
That dude is really? that dude is a huge disappointment to me. You were freaking top 3. You was in the top 3 as far as the NBA draft goes, and all you've been able to do is become an okay role player. That's it. And I freaking have to, and I feel, and I hate to say this, but Hoovy was right this whole entire time. Just a role player. That's all you. That's all you are.
Walker Kessler, number 70. Okay. Brooke Lopez. I don't see it, but whatever. Michael Porter Jr.
Fine. I think so. Yeah.
OG Anunoby. He's a good player. I guess so. This is where things get. I don't understand this. How in the blue fuck is Austin Reeves better than Tyler Hero?
That's interesting.
No, you know what's interesting? The only reason why he's that number is because of the uniform. That's it.
Oh, because he plays for LA, the Lakers. Okay.
It's that's horseshit, bro. But anyways, let's get off this shit. Let's go to the top 10.
Whoa! Before you go to the top 10, that there's don't forget there was one thing that I didn't like when it comes to the top 30.
Top 30.
If you remember.
Let me see.
Yeah, I have the list, but but I think I'm assuming
bring it up.
Oh, okay. I thought he was going to show you yours. Okay.
Yeah, bring it up. Okay. Hold on. Okay, so Malta says Hero is not even top 100.
Whoa, Malta, explain yourself.
Let me say this. Now, you cannot average 20 a game and not be in the top 100. You can't average 20 points a game in the NBA and not be top 100. Not even close. Vucevic should be way higher, super underrated. Here's the problem with Vucevic. When he's on teams that don't win. He gets good numbers, but those teams don't win.
Yeah, that's
true.
true.
So he said that if RJ Barrett is a very good player, I wouldn't dispute it.
You agree?
No, he's a good player, but he's not better than Tyler Hero.
No, he's not better than Tyler Hero, and he should have been far more advanced, especially of where he got drafted. You were right behind freaking John Moran, and this is the best that you could do. I gave up on that, dude. I gave up.
All right, so he said that Austin Reeves is definitely better than Tyler Hero. Bro, you're saying Austin is only number 66 because he's on the Lakers. You're a huge hater, bro. He's a dog. He does everything on the court. There's lots of guys who do everything on the court. That doesn't make him better than Tyler Hero. All Hero can do is shoot. Okay, and first of all, he's a much better passer than you give him credit for. And also, this dude, he averaged 20 points a game. He's 6th man of the year. He's already had in. People always forget about what happened in the bubble, right? People always forget. Oh, they think about what happened the year after where he struggled, and in the last 2 years where he got hurt in the playoffs. But you look at his numbers; he's averaging 20 points a game for his career. I'm not saying he should be top 30. I'm not even saying he should be top 40. He should be higher than Austin Reeves. Austin Reeves is a role player. Tyler Hero is not. That's your difference. Yeah, he's not a great defender, right? And I'm sure Austin Reeves is a better defender. Doesn't make him a better player. At the end of the day, yeah. Draymond Green's a better defender than Steph Curry. Who are you picking?
Yes, it is. It's not even close.
Come on. And yeah, bonkers. And frankly, the only time I should be using bonkers is watching the TV show. No, that list is horseshit. The only reason why he's on there is because he's on the Lakers. That's it. And I'm not saying he's a bad player, but he's not what 13 spots higher than Tyler Hero. Not even close. You put their numbers side by side, Tyler Hero numbers are a lot better than Austin Reeves.
Yeah, Austin Reeves is look, I'm not saying he's a bad player, but I don't even think he averages 15 points per game. I don't think he's even 15.
And the other stuff that he does don't compensate for that. You want to say Draymond Green? Okay, I get it. Because Draymond Green, his stuff leads to championships.
Yeah.
Like the guarding 1 through 5, right? Being a great passer. Being a great all-around defender. Okay, I can buy in on Draymond Green, even though he's not the scorer that Tyler Hero is.
Yeah.
But I know for a fact you're not going to say that Austin Reeves is better than Draymond Green. You're not going to say that. So you can't tell me with a straight face that what Austin Reeves does, because you say he does everything on the court, and the guy who I look on, who I look up as the pinnacle of doing everything on the court is Draymond Green.
Yeah.
And if you're not better than Draymond Green, there ain't no way in fucking hell that you, with the stuff that you do, is anywhere close to justifying being 13 spots ahead of a guy who's been in multiple NBA and multiple conference finals, sixth man of the year, 20 points a game scorer. That shit don't compute. They don't go together. Like, to me, it's not close. I'm sure many, because Portland did the same thing with Hero, and I guarantee there's a lot of people who do the same thing with these guys who are primary scorers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where they're saying that, oh, I'd rather have the glue guy and all the other stuff, right? And to me, Austin Reeves, if I can have both of them, then fine. But if I had to pick one, I'm picking Tyler Hero by a lot. Because frankly, here's the thing. I can get any guy to do what Austin Reeves does. I can get any guy to do that. There are very few guys in the league that can get you a bucket when you need a bucket. And I guarantee you, if Tyler Hero was on the team healthy against the Nuggets, we would have had a better shot at winning that series. Because our biggest issue was that we couldn't score. And when you bring in a certified scorer, boom, there you go. And yes, he'll probably get hunted defensively, but that's something that he's gonna have to improve on. But there's no way that you can tell me that Austin Reeves is 13 spots better than a former 6th man of the year and a 20-point a game scorer. Austin Reeves ain't that guy. He ain't that guy.
Yeah.
It's not. No, Malta, I'm saying he's only there because he wears the. I guarantee you, if he played for the Grizzlies, he's in the 90s. Straight up. If he played for the Memphis Grizzlies, he's not. He may not even be ranked. The only reason why he's on that list is because he played for the Lakers. That's it. And I mean, the numbers say it right here. The numbers say it right here.
See, I was right. Not even 15 points. Not even 15. Yeah, go ahead.
13, 3, and 4 and 3. And Hero, 25 and 4. And I guarantee you he'll have a better year than Austin Reeves. Okay. So you said again. Comparing Manu Ginobili and John Starks aren't even in the same universe. Manu's up here, John Starks is down here. The only reason why you guys love John Starks so much is because he played for the Knicks. That's it. But let me read on. Ever heard of Manu Ginobili, John Starks? Those were huge parts of the team that didn't have big stats at the shooting guard position. Understood. But I mean, you're telling me Manu Ginobili was some great defender? When did I miss that? I mean, John Starks, yeah, but I mean, I don't remember Manu Ginobili being some massive stopper. But at the end of the day, like, bro, like okay, so you're saying that he's not that so you think that he's a lot better than Hero? Why? Because all Hero does is shoot, despite the fact that his numbers all across the board are better than Austin Reeves, what the fuck his name is? Yeah, in the league where you have to score. I'm not saying he's better than Manu Ginobili. I'm not saying that. He's better than John Starks. Like, come on now. But I'm not gonna say Manu because Manu played on championship teams. Manu Ginobili is a great player.
Great player, Hall of Famer. Yeah, it's not even close.
Yeah. Credentials do matter. Yeah, Hall of Famer. John Starks is not. You keep bringing up John Starks. Yes, Manu Ginobili is a Hall of Famer, but John Starks is not, and yet you keep bringing his name up. Like to me, and again, where you play, it matters. Because I guarantee you, if Austin Reeves played for the Memphis Grizzlies, ain't no one saying shit about him. Doesn't change the fact that he's a decent player, but he's not being ranked 60 something. He's there because he played for the Lakers. That's it. Now, yeah, you go ahead. You had your list, right?
Yeah. All right. You see it, right?
Oh yeah. Let me bring it up. Okay. All right. Whoa. We're not talking about anniversary team.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I wanted to talk about that. We was talking about two different things, but I wanted to talk about that. Because remember, I think I mentioned this to you before.
Mm-hmm.
I think I tagged you this on. But you know what? Since it's two different things that we don't have to talk about it, since it's two different things. But
who's number 30 that you had a problem with? Let's kill two, bro. Because we're not talking about all 50. But go ahead. Who do you have a problem with?
Dwayne Wade.
You don't think he should be number 30?
No.
So he should be higher or lower?
Higher.
Okay, I'm intrigued. What? So why should he be higher?
Oh no, now you're intrigued.
No, I'm intrigued. Why should he be higher?
Hold on. Why are you intrigued? I need to know why you.
No, I'm intrigued. I want to know. I want to know why should he be higher?
What? I mean, look at all the players who's ahead of him right now.
Mm-hmm.
Do you believe every single one of these guys who forget the top 10? We're not gonna forget top 10.
Okay, let me say this.
Okay.
He shouldn't be higher than Dirk Nowitzki. Like, no, he should be higher than Dirk Nowitzki.
He should be.
Frank, I don't know why Giannis is behind Dirk Nowitzki.
Probably because he hasn't played long enough.
He's done more than Dirk in his career. He's had a better career.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Look, I know people love Dirk. I get it. But he's not a top 20 player of all time. He's not.
He's not a top what?
No, he's not top 20. Not even close.
Oh, wow.
Okay, let me tell you this right now. Straight up. He's not better than Kevin DeGroote. He wasn't better than Kevin Garnett. He's not better than Karl Malone. He's not better than Charles Barkley. He's not better than David Robinson. And damn sure he's not better than Dwayne Wade. He's not. People keep the only reason why like I said, the only reason why he's there is because he won that championship against Miami. If he won that championship against Detroit, no one would give a shit.
Well, I mean, yeah. You beat Wade, Bosh, and LeBron James. You're definitely going to get a huge amount of recognition because of that. What do you say?
That's the only reason why he's that high. He's the only reason why he's that high. But truth be told, there's 7-8 guys who are better than him, including Isaiah Thomas.
Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah.
I you know what? Yeah, I see that. I can see that. But like to me, when I'm looking at all these guys right here.
Mm-hmm.
So you have now guys like Charles Barkley, Karl Malone. Look, whatever it is that you accomplish should matter also. There always should be it always should be like, the combination, between the two. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're like this unbelievable, like, outrageous player who was just unfortunately like in a bad team and you didn't win enough championships. Kind of like how people mention, with Will Chamberlain, even though he only had 1-2, they still put him like in a nice high ranking because he was just so, just so dominant. Dwayne Wade, to me, in my opinion, he like 30 is just way too low, in my opinion.
I mean, frankly,
way too low.
I'll tell you this right now. He should be above Chris Paul.
Absolutely.
He should be above Isaiah Thomas, John Havlicek. Every guy look, here's how I would do it. Here's how I do it. I would flip Dwayne Wade and Dirk Nowitzki. Dwayne Wade should be or in the teens. At the least, he should be 17.
Well, yeah, like like guys like John Havlicek. I think he was a Celtics player.
Mm-hmm.
I never seen him play, so I can't really like. Do you know how good he was?
No, he obviously, if he's on that list, he has to be good. He has to be good. I'm just going by the guys that I watched, and to me, there's no way that Dirk Nowitzki, because he won odd championship, should be 13 spots ahead of Dwayne Wade.
Yeah. I in my opinion, 30 is too low. If I would, I would put him. I would put him at. No, Julius Erving. He was good. He was good. Moses Malone.
No, that dude was the truth. I wouldn't do that.
Steph. No, I don't think he's better than Steph Curry.
No. I would give it to Steph Curry, but to me, he should be above. He should be 17, and Dirk should be 30.
I'll put Dwayne Wade ahead of Jerry West.
Yeah,
I will put Dwayne Wade on 19, and you could put Jerry West and like whoever. Like I put him where Jerry West is, and everybody else goes down. So Chris Paul should be at number 30. Not Dirk Nowitzki. I think you're wrong with that. I don't think Dirk Nowitzki should be at 30. I think Dirk Nowitzki is better than Chris Paul.
He shouldn't be high. He shouldn't be higher than Dwayne Wade.
I mean, look, I put Dwayne Wade at number 19. I think number 19 is fair. It's in the teens. He's above in the top 20. So yeah, I will put him. Like everything else on this list, is fine. The only person I would switch is LeBron James and Kareem. Other than that, I'm fine, with this list. No. I would switch LeBron and Kareem and Kobe and Shaq. Those are the two that I'm switching. And I'm switching Tim Duncan and Larry Bird. I'm switching that also.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So that's it for this. So we could go back to the top 10.
Okay. So Malta said that this is so dumb. Shaq isn't even top 10. Question mark. He should be top 3 for me. No, I think Shaq is where he's at. Where's Shaq at? He's number 12.
Yeah, Shaq is number 11. To me, Shaq is a top 10 player.
11. My bad. 11.
11. Yeah, he's a top 10 player in my opinion.
Let me see. Would I put? I would put Kobe ahead of him. Oscar Robinson. Like I said, I haven't seen Oscar Robinson, so I can't really speak on that. Let me see.
The reason why I would put him over Kobe is because just how dominant he was, and yes, I understand Kobe Bryant, won 2, but clearly when they were playing together, he was the number one option and the better player.
I don't know. It's hard to justify moving him up. It's hard for me to justify moving him up.
Like moving him up, moving him up ahead of Kobe, or just moving him up in period?
Yeah, moving him up. Period. I can't. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can justify moving him up above any of these other players.
Okay, so you can't. So you're not putting him above Kobe, nor you don't think he's better than Larry Bird.
No, I can't move him above Larry. I can't move him above. Now, to me, Tim Duncan should be above Larry.
I agree. That's why I switched.
Tim Duncan. Yeah, Tim Duncan should be above Larry. But
yes.
But I can't. Yeah, but Shaq, I don't know if I can put him in the top 10. I don't think I can.
Oh wow.
Let me see what else they say. KG is somewhere between 9th and 12th. Hold on a second. Something popped up. Hold on a second.
Well, as far as KG goes, because he only won championship, I don't really mind him being down there. I don't really necessarily mind it.
He should be above. He should be above. He should be above Nowitzki. He should absolutely be above Nowitzki.
Man, you really pissed off.
No. Look. The only reason why he's so high up, like he's not the 17th best player in NBA history. He's not. Straight up, he's not. And all because of one championship. Come on, man. Fuck out of here, man.
Well, I personally think that Steph Curry is too low. I think Steph Curry is too low.
Yeah, he should. Steph Curry, to me, should be above everyone here, including Shaq. Like he should be. He should. To me, Steph Curry should be top 10. Curry should be top 10.
Okay, so
you're
taking Kobe Bryant off.
No, but that's the thing. I don't think I'm not going to take Kobe Bryant off. I'd probably take Oscar Robinson off top 10. Move Kobe to 9, and put Curry at 10. Curry should absolutely be top 10 all time. He is. He changed. Like you look at all these guys here. The reason why Wilt Chamberlain is up here because he changed the game.
Yeah.
The way he changed the game, it was crazy. And Curry did the same thing for the league. Whether you like it or not, that's what he did.
That's exactly what he did. Just revolutionized the league.
Yeah. So yeah, Curry too low on this list. Malta said that Malone above David Robinson, doesn't understand he has 2 rings, 2 championships. I mean, I can understand that. Like, I'm not gonna quibble about that. But I get what he's saying.
Yeah,
and he says CP3 ahead of Wade. I agree. He shouldn't be ahead of Dwayne Wade.
Not even close.
Yeah, and he said also if Stockton is better than Wade is debatable because Stockton doesn't have any rings. Yeah, Dwayne Wade should be above Stockton. And multi top 10 is Jordan, Shaq, Kareem, LeBron, Bird, Magic, Duncan, KG, Russell, and then Wilt. That's his top 10.
How do you feel about that top 10?
Like I said, I can't put Shaq above Kareem. Like the only and like I said, I have much love for Shaq, but I can't put him that high. Me personally, I can't put him that high. The rest of the list I don't have a problem with, but I can't put. And KG is not top 10 of all time either. At least in my opinion, he's not. I can't. But yeah, no, I don't have a problem with the list.
Yeah, I think Shaq is too high, and honestly, surprisingly that Hoobie might say that. From who we might be surprised, but I think LeBron is a little too low. I think he has done more.
You're number 2.
No, LeBron.
Yeah, LeBron too. LeBron's number 2 on the list.
I'm talking about Moto's list.
Oh, most of the list. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
so you got LeBron 5.
Yeah, KG at number 8. I just. As great as the defender and a great offensive player he was, I cannot put him ahead of Steph Curry, and I certainly cannot put him ahead of I don't think I could put him ahead of Giannis either. I don't think I could do that. That's tough. As much as I love KD and I love this game, I don't think I could put him ahead of Steph Curry. That guy is just completely changed the league all on his own with his 3-point shooting. But yeah, I mean, it's a decent list. It's a decent list. But overall, for me, I don't really like the fact that Dwayne Wade is so down there, and I don't like the fact and I think Kevin Durant is too high also. I think Hakeem is better than Kevin Durant. I think Steph Curry is better than Kevin Durant. I think Giannis is better than Kevin Durant. Go ahead.
Let me see. Like on this list, I don't mind Kevin Durant being in the teens, but he can't be above. He can't be above. I mean, I don't mind him being above Kareem or Irving or like Curry should be above Durant. Curry should be above him.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't have that big of an issue with it.
Wait, you think he's better than Olajuwon?
His career, I think he's gonna end up being more significant than Olajuwon. I think he will. And I fuck with Hakeem Olajuwon heavy, so. But all right,
and you put him ahead of Dwayne Wade too.
Who?
Durant.
Durant?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I'm always gonna pick Dwayne Wade.
But we're talking about this list though. We talking about this list.
On this list, no, Dwayne Wade should be he should be where 17. That's where he should be at. 17. Okay. Yeah, maybe a little bit higher, but he should be in the team. He shouldn't be 13 spots behind Dirk Nowitzki.
Okay.
All right, so going to the actual list now.
Yeah.
Let's go to the top 10 of today's game. All right, so number 10 is Anthony Davis, right? Anthony Davis was in the top 10. Right. Number 9, LeBron James. Number 8, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Now, to me, this only is justified if he can get his team to the playoffs. And I'm not talking about playing. He needs to get his team to the playoffs.
Yeah, I agree.
This is very high for a guy who's on a team that's not good. I think they'll be better this year, obviously, but and obviously he's excellent. But his team needs to be better.
I agree.
Right. So Durant is 7.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Tatum is 6.
Well, actually, go back. I look. When I look back, at that season, I have a hard time putting Kevin Durant ahead of LeBron James. I do. I think they should switch spots. But we could debate that even if you disagree later on. But yeah, I think we should switch spots. Go ahead.
Okay, so Tatum 6, 5 is Curry, 4 is Luka.
I disagree with that.
You think he should be higher or lower?
I think Steph Curry is better than Luka.
Okay, but he's young. He's younger, so I can understand it. 3 is Embiid, 2 is Joker, and 1 is Giannis.
You have a problem with Joker not being number 1?
He should be number 1.
I think so too.
He should be number 1.
Yes.
Most unstoppable force in the NBA last year was Joker, so he should be number 1.
Absolutely. And look, I understand that a lot of people will say, "Oh, he's not box office. He's boring to watch. He's like a Tim Duncan." Understood. But at the end of the day, Tim Duncan was still a dominant player. He was effective. He was the best player on his team, and Joker is pretty much doing the exact same thing Tim Duncan has. And no, he may not be as flashy and everything. He may not be all emotional and whatnot, but it was still effective. He still dominated, and he should be number 1. Giannis threw that ball away like as if he had a freaking grenade. That should cost him in some way, shape, or form. I was really disappointed how he did not want to take over in the game in clutch time. So no, as much as I love Giannis, I'm not putting him at number one. Joker should be number one. Now, if you want to say Giannis is number two, that's fine. But I probably would put Steph Curry where Joel Embiid is at number three, and I will put here's what I do. Joker is number one in my opinion, and it's either one or two for Curry and Giannis. You could flip it, with whatever you want. But both of them are ahead of Joel Embiid in my opinion. Then it's Joel Embiid, and then it's I think that's it. Yeah, that's pretty much my list.
Okay. One Joker should be number one. I don't mind Giannis being number two because we all know how great he is. I don't mind Embiid at number three, even though I'm not the biggest fan of Embiid. And everything else on the list I don't have a major issue with. I don't have a major issue with it. The only person who I would remove from the top 10 is Alexander, is only because we don't know how good his team's gonna be. And yes, he did. I think he led the league in scoring. So he'll probably be in my list. He'll be 11. He'll be 11, right?
Okay.
So
who would you replace him with?
Jimmy Butler. I would put Jimmy Butler top 10.
You'll put Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, I would put Jimmy Butler top 10. I would put him 10th, but I'll put him top 10.
Okay, and who? Let me look at the top 15 real quick. Do you still have it?
This one only goes up to. Yeah, this one only goes up to 10. Let me see if I can find. Okay, hold on. Let me go back. Okay, 15 to 11. Okay. Okay. Booker's number 11.
Okay. That's okay. That's interesting. Anything else?
Butler 12.
I don't have a problem with that.
Edwards is 13. Dame is 14. Donovan Mitchell's 15.
Okay.
And Bam Adebayo 16.
It's okay. So those are your top 16, and you're perfectly fine with those. Well, no, you said you would replace Jimmy Butler and who you say you replace Jimmy Butler with? Alexander. Okay.
Yeah.
I see where you're going with this. Like, to me, I think it's fine. Like, I wanted to look to see if there's anything outrageous, but I think that list is fine. I think it's right. I think it's good right with it.
Paul George is 18. Jaylen Brown is 19.
Whoa.
Carl Anthony Towns is 20.
Wow.
Carl Anthony Towns, that's too high. He's not a top 20 player in this league.
I think Jaylen Brown. I think Jaylen Brown is too low.
Yeah. Tyler Halliburton 21. DeMontis Sabonis 22.
Okay.
De'Aaron Fox is 23. Kawhi Leonard is 24. Pascal Siakam 25.
Are you okay with Kawhi at 24?
Oh yeah, I'm fine with it. You just hope that he can play 24 games this year.
24 games?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully. Drew 26. Drew Holiday. Brendan Ingram 27. Larry Marketing 28. Trae Young 29. That's really to be honest with you, like he was 16 last year. That's
that's a big drop.
So he got a lot to prove. And Paolo Banchero 30. That's pretty much it.
That's it. Yeah, we're done. All right. Okay. So let's go on to the next topic.
All right. So this is Metal Gear Solid.
Yes. Boy.
So what's your problem with? Because for those of you who don't know, now the preloading for the Metal Gear Solid collection is you can do that now.
Yeah.
You can preload the game now. But what's going on? Why are you upset with what are you upset with, by the way?
Okay, I'm pretty much upset because you know how much I'm a really huge Metal Gear fan. I always have been a huge Metal Gear fan. Now, now you may think I'm probably taking this the wrong way, but I think now, as someone who likes to play games, as someone who is a major fan of the Metal Gear franchise, I feel like now these developers or whoever these people are is taking advantage of people like me. I think they're taking a huge advantage of us because they know how much of a impact Metal Gear has given it to the game industry as a whole. How it's a very big AAA title, and now with this pisses me off. So what am I talking about here? I want everybody to see exactly what I'm talking about, and I'm surprised that you didn't know what I'm upset about.
Yeah, I wonder what's going on.
Okay. Okay? So you didn't really read the article then?
No,
Okay.
I didn't read the article.
All right. So I will read the article, and then you let me know if what I'm upset about is justifiable or not. Okay. Now, this is pretty much like a statue, similar to the statues that we've been having, like the Street Fighter statue, and I think Tekken the Tekken collection is probably going to have a statue also, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are they going to have statues in the collector's edition? Okay, so Metal Gear is going to be having one, and it says here that first 4 figures has open pre-orders, and I was getting ready to pre-order for this for its upcoming statue of Solid Snake from the Metal Gear Solid series. It also launched a sweepstakes where people can have a chance to win an exclusive edition of the statue for free. All right, cool. That's awesome. The Solid Snake figure will be available in 2 versions. The default regular edition has 2 exchangeable head sculpts and an authentication card. The exclusive edition will add a night vision goggles, head sculpt, and a rotating ammo box with a cardboard styled box for the packaging. All right, cool. Very cool. And this is how they look like. One of them looks like this. Awesome. I'm telling you, man, it looks phenomenal. And this is the other one. With his goggles. I don't know if you could see it. Very, very cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, very cool. Now, like I said before, I was never a fan of statues, not until, big shout out to you once again, Eddie, for giving me that Cammy statue. Once I had the Cammy statue in my possession, I said, wow, this thing looks impressive. Let me see if I could get some more. And that's when I bought the Street Fighter 6 collection and the Tekken collection. I'm still within a couple of weeks, I'm going to make a final decision if I'm going to get the collector's edition for the Tekken for the Tekken collectors for the Tekken game.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's continue. The publisher will also hold an early bird discount for people who place orders in the first 15 days. The exclusive edition, which normally has a price tag of $669.99, is available at regular edition original price of $629.99. The regular edition receives a further price cut to $599.99. These discounts will apply until October 25th, 2023 at 4 p.m., which is right around the corner, getting very close. To purchase a Solid Snake statue, prospective buyers must first pay a non-refundable deposit. They can then choose
What?
what's wrong.
You have to pay them. You have to give them a. You have to give them money that you can't get back.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. They can then choose whether to make a full payment or pay in monthly installments. In either case, first four figures will ask for the final payment to be made when the statues are ready to be released, Q2 2024. Okay. Now, before I continue reading on, I don't give a rip of how what I don't do. You could put freaking gold in that statue. $669 is too much. Too much. $599. I don't care what discount that you decide to give me. $629 is too much. $669 is too much. $599 is too much. Why? And I honestly believe that because it's Metal Gear and they know that it has a huge fan base, I feel like they're taking advantage of us. I honestly feel that way. The collection is different. First off, the collections that's been coming out lately, first off, you get a game with it. You get other, different accessories with it, and the prices are cheaper. Granted that the material is in better quality, with some of these statues. I understand that. But for goodness sakes, man, I have to spend nearly $1,000, and that's just for one of the statues. One of them. If I wanted to buy both, you know how much money that I'm probably going to have to spend? Like over $1,200 I have to spend if I want to have both.
Oh man.
What's wrong? I'm assuming you disagree with me.
No. I'm just reading a comment.
Let's see. Get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here, freaking Riddler. like, dude, some of the stuff that I have bought recently. I just told you I bought the Metal Gear. I bought the Street Fighter collection. Very, very, very expensive. And I'm telling you right now, and look, people will always say things like, well, there's a reason why these statues, cost so much. But like, seriously, can't you make this a reasonable price?
I mean,
go ahead.
Joe says in the chat that he said that's a fair price. That's not a bad price.
I gotta pull this card, but that's not a bad price. I make statues and I see them online. That is a going price for a
that
scale.
scale.
But okay, for that scale. But Jabanis, you've been to Kuroka Comics. You've been to you've been to Tate's. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of statues that are there that are big, that are in amazing quality, that they don't even cost nearly that much. They don't cost nearly that much. And I honestly believe that, if they said it was $299 or even $399, I think that's even a much better price. But dude, $600? You want me to spend $600 for one statue, bro? And you, Jabanis, the fact that you even make these statues, the fact that you make these, have there been a statue that you have made? Huh?
He would know. Like, he does make statues, so he's part of that.
No.
Ecosystem.
The question that I would ask is, I would need to know, like, of all the statues that Jabanis have made, have you made one to where you felt like $600 is a justifiable price? I think this price is too much. I understand that Metal Gear is a very big game. I understand it is a very big franchise. But for goodness sakes, bro, $600. And mind you, I want to buy both of them. There's absolutely no way that I could afford to pay $1,200 for 2 statues. I can't do it. Let me see what he says. He says, wrong. Was there and a dude asks Patrick how much the Joker was, and he said it's 800. My crap is cheaper material and paint and the paint processes. It's hype, but sideshow you're gonna drop at least 300. Wait, hold on. It's hype, but side shows you're gonna drop at least 300. You know what he mean?
No, he's saying that like okay, if someone if you see that same statue kind of like in a like a at least I mean he can correct me if I'm wrong, but if you let's say if you go to like a trade show, a statue like that you can probably find it for like 300.
Oh, okay. Trade show. Okay, he said sideshow. Okay, okay. I see what you're saying.
But if they're gonna sell it, if Konami is selling it, then obviously it's gonna be higher because you know they want to make their money. Because I mean, shit, they're offering non-refundable deposits on this game, not the game, on the statue.
On the statue, yeah.
Yeah, they clearly want to make money off of this fucking thing. Oh, okay. So Sideshow is a brand. It's a brand that makes high-end statues. So they're the company that makes these statues.
Okay. I see what you're saying. Okay. If there's anything else in this article, I think that's it. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, I just want to say this before we move on, because I didn't want to make this too long.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said before, the statues look impressive, and I would probably even, and Jabanis, we've talked about Metal Gear many times over the years. I know how he loves the Metal Gear franchise. I'm pretty sure he thinks this is impressive, but like bro, Jabanis, this is a lot of freaking money for this statue. Like, do you honestly think that $399, $299 is like what, too cheap? Like, you think it's just like cheap material, cheap crap? And I'm referring to you because since you actually make these, I will say that you're the expert and I'm the layman here. But just based on my opinion and based on what I've read and based on what I'm seeing and the experiences of all the statues that I've seen in the comic book stores, I just feel like 600 is too much. I honestly feel like 600 is too much, and I think it's cool that you could switch the goggles on and off and things like that. But like, I wish they would give us more detail of what the material is made out of, how big the statue is, to justify the price. You need to give us that type of detail. You have to. I want to know how big is it, how thick is it, what material it's made out of, what are the different things you could do with the statue as far as removing, like let's say if you could give him a different weapon and things like that, switch things out. I need to know these things in order for you to give me a good, so that way I could be able to decide how much is it really worth that type of price. So for right now, we can move on because I know you don't really have much to say, about it. Yeah. But this is too much, man. This is way too much. And no, Rudolphy, I'm not broke. I'm just trying to be, more reasonable. That's a lot of freaking money for a statue.
Okay. All right. So Joe and Markins got some more comments. Okay. So Joe said that I got solids on the back porch, in pieces, but it's no taller than 5 inches. Then Drop said that there's more expensive figure facts on that, Joe. I saw an Iron Man MCU figurine and it looked gorgeous. It cost $1,600.
Yeah, but I think I know what you're talking about. I think I saw that statue, but that statue is huge though. That statue, I've seen statues, they're like 3-4 feet.
Yeah,
that Iron Man statue is huge.
Yeah, Joe. Yeah, it's a lot of money, but the size 17-inch, the paint quality, the polished stone is probably made of a high end statue. including base, height, 17.5 inches, 44 centimeters wide, width, 15 inches, 30, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Okay. So he's just putting the dimensions on there. So let me see. I know there was
the dimensions that you put in that on there are those dimensions for the Metal Gear statue, or are you just putting that out there and I guess just in general for regular statues? I'm not really sure.
Yeah. And this comment here, I wanted to address this one because I don't really give a shit about figurines and stuff like that, but the deposit part I find interesting. So I have to put in a deposit in order to have a chance to get a statue. I don't know. That don't seem right to me.
I don't think that's right to me either.
Yeah. So Joe just confirmed that is from the site.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know why it's not telling me on here. If you don't mind, Jabanis, if you don't mind, just for my, it's not for the podcast, but like if you could put the link on the on the chat. Oh, I'm looking on my site. Okay, hang on. Let me look. Oh, okay. All right, yeah. So I'll take a look at it.
Let me see if we can click on it because I know YouTube chat is kind of stupid when it comes to that. Okay, he sent it on Discord.
Oh, okay. I definitely appreciate that. So I'm gonna look in more detail on that after the podcast, and then we could look at it. But okay, it looks like Jabanis does say it is very expensive, but I think he's also saying that because of the quality and the size of it, it's not a bad price. He didn't say it's a great price, but he said it's not a bad price. So, all right, yeah, I appreciate that opinion, Jabanis. So, yeah, all right. So that's my take on the statue. Like, but before we move on, do you think they look impressive? Like, how do you feel about it overall?
I mean, it looks all right.
All right, cool.
Looks all right. Okay, so last topic.
So the Dallas Cowboys won.
Yeah, they won.
I'm surprised.
Herbert threw an interception at the end of the game.
Okay,
it's funny. Yeah, it's funny if two of them wouldn't hear that.
We actually forgot about talk about football, but yeah, it's too late now.
Yeah. The point is, my team won. Your team won, surprisingly. It is what it is.
And the 49ers got screwed over, but yeah.
Yeah, I didn't watch. I forgot to watch the ending of the game. So apparently the Giants got screwed over also.
Yeah, I heard about that and I fell asleep, so I didn't see what happened at the end. Do you remember what happened?
I think it was a disputed pass interference call.
Oh, of course. The officials, of course, got it wrong. Okay.
Yeah. But anyways, all right. Last topic. You can bring up the article whenever you can, but I'll start on this. Right. So we are pretty much going to the end of what's going on, Malta. How you doing, bro?
Your mic is acting up again.
Better?
Now it is, yeah.
Okay. We are pretty much on the verge of physical medium. Do we hold on? Let me see. Had to take a break so I could bench real fast. Oh, okay. Doing some
awesome,
bench
bro.
press.
Awesome.
So so we're pretty much looking at the possible demise of physical media as we know it, right? So as you can see here, Walmart. Well, the first company that I heard was Best Buy, right? And if you go to a Best Buy, they've kind of already started doing this, getting rid of physical media, right? Walmart is a little bit surprising because, I mean, Walmart, if you go to a Walmart, and I know you don't like going to Walmart.
I don't.
But if you go to a Walmart, you'll see literally like a bucket of DVDs and
Like a
some
huge
Blu-rays.
bin, like a
Yeah,
huge bin of DVDs. Yeah.
of like $5 DVDs and stuff like that. So that stuff is probably if the reports are true, are likely gonna go away. Now this article says physical games. Now Best Buy said Best Buy said they're still selling games.
Yeah.
They said they're still selling games, but this article says that Walmart is not doing that, which is interesting.
Yeah. This is the other article here. Best Buy to phase out sales of physical media. So here we are.
Yeah, but in that article, it said that buying video games at Best Buy is still safe. But is it though? Is it? Because like I said, I can't remember the last time I bought a game at Best Buy. And back in the day, I wouldn't mind going to a Best Buy to buy a game.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But nowadays, ever since COVID, man, that video game section has been kind of dry.
Your connection just dropped.
I don't know. It doesn't say it on. It doesn't say. Can you hear me?
Now I can. Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, like I was saying, like if you go to a Best Buy, that video game section is dry, very dry.
No, I went to a Best Buy recently, the one by Aventura.
Mm-hmm.
They still have a huge, large of inventory of games. Like I've seen it.
I don't know. The ones that I go to don't.
Yeah, I've seen it. They have plenty. Now, other places like when I went to Brandsmart, they barely have anything. When I go to what's the other store that has games? Well, the Best Buy is like up north, like up in Fort Lauderdale. Like I've seen less video games over there, but the one where I'm at, I've seen plenty of games over there. So what I have not seen are the movies.
Yeah.
I remember there were just like at the minimum 3 rows. I'm talking about long rows of just movies after movies. You would see posters of advertisement of a particular movie, especially like if it's an Avengers movie or whatnot. And you would just see a huge display of different types of movies. Now, you only see movies at the end caps. You only see movies, you only see like a little tiny small display, like by the entrance or by the registers, and that's it. Like they're treating these games like as if you were buying a freaking candy bar by the register, like just for the sake of convenience. That's how crazy how it's gone when it comes to buying movies.
Mm-hmm. And you know why? You know why?
Who are you blaming? You blaming us?
No, it's not because of us. It's because of technology. It's because streaming. Like, okay, look. I just watched over the past, I want to say 7-8 months. Right, I watched 3 new movies. At least the movie that I was interested in watching. The Mario Brothers movie. This movie called Strays is a comedy, and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. All 3 movies I watched it on my phone through streaming.
I'm assuming Netflix.
No, Mario Brothers movie was on Peacock. The Turtle movie was on Paramount, and Strays. Oh, Strays was on Peacock also.
Okay.
So all of it streaming. Why would I like again? Is the way technology is now. Why would I go out of my way, find a Blu-ray player or something, whatever player, when all I gotta do is go on my phone, open an app up and start playing the movie? Technology nowadays has made watching movies convenient, a lot more convenient, and it's the reason why movie theaters are struggling, because at the end of the day, streaming is more convenient. That's why they have to. That's why movie theaters across the country have to go through great lengths to get people to show up. And movie companies, they know that. That's why they're like, okay, if you still want to go to movie theater, fine. This movie that we're coming out with will only be available in movie theaters. So if you want to see it that badly, you have to go to a movie theater.
What's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with that, but that's the industry that we're in now. And before and after that, after a certain amount of time, where would it go? It will go on Blu-ray. It will go on DVD. Now, where does it go? It goes on streaming. And most people prefer to stream.
Well,
You know what I mean?
let me just read a little bit of the article.
Yeah.
News about the move by the consumer electronics retailer to phase out physical media sales was initially reported by home entertainment blog Digital Bits on Thursday. However, it was taken as a rumor because the website wasn't loading. Still isn't as of this writing. The company officially confirmed the news to Variety on Friday. Do you still buy physical games? Yes, I do. To state the obvious, the way we watch movies and TV shows is much different today than it was a decade ago. A Best Buy spokesperson said in a statement, making this change gives us more space, the opportunity to bring customers new and innovative tech for them to explore, discover, and enjoy. That's a bunch of BS. You only want to get you only doing that because I'm going to assume that you haven't been really making much of a profit. If what Hubi's saying is correct, that all people want to do is just stream, I'm going to speculate that you haven't made much of a profit. The profit margin has gone down, and so you want to remove it and just put something else in on its place. Don't give me this crap about you want new innovative technology for us to explore. Explore what? Explore what? Just be honest and say that you haven't been making any money. If that's the case, you haven't made any money. People are now more into Netflix and Disney Plus and Hulu and Peacock, unfortunately, and that is the reason why you want to get rid of the DVDs. But for some reason you want to keep the games because the games are still making you money. That's why. That's why. Well, let's continue.
Well, that's the thing. I think that's the most important thing of all this. Now, I don't believe gaming and watching movies are the same thing.
Oh,
I don't think they're the same. No, they're not the same thing, in my opinion. When it comes to how you consume media, like me, I will stream a movie anytime. It don't matter. But when quality, I don't care about the visual quality of a movie. I really don't. When it comes to the quality of a game, however, I do care. That's why I'm against. That's why I'm against streaming, streaming games, and streaming games in general. I'm not in favor. I'm not in favor. I'm not in favor of it.
I mean, I'm actually surprised that you think it's not the same. You're pretty much doing the same thing. Just pop in the disc and watch or play. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. So why is it a huge difference between the two?
Because I don't care about the quality of the movie. Like I'll stream a movie. It doesn't have to be, like I said. You have it to where you want to watch it in a widescreen. You want to be in the atmosphere and all. I don't give a shit about none of that.
Well, yeah, because I like to be immersed when I'm watching a good AAA movie. Like if I'm
Yeah.
for just perfect example, the Batman or
Mhm.
the Avengers or some crazy horror movies with a whole bunch of stuff flying around and whatnot. Yeah, I would definitely absolutely would prefer to watch that in the movie theater when the movie comes out. Or if I could watch it in the big screen on my TV, that's what I would prefer to do. Watch it on my surround sound if I had one.
Mhm.
Absolutely. And the same thing, how I feel about with video games. To me, it is the same thing. It is the same thing. Now, you don't have to go out, somewhere, to play video games. You can just play at the crib. But even when it comes to a game, I would much prefer to play Resident Evil and Street Fighter on the big screen than playing on my phone.
Mhm.
So I'm trying to understand what you mean by, well, there's a difference between watching a movie at the house or
For
playing
me,
a video game at the
it's a
house.
difference. For me, it's a difference. Because for me, I don't care about watching. Like I don't like when I don't like going to movie theaters. But when it comes to watching movies, I don't mind watching movies streaming, especially if it's a movie that I like. But I don't. I'm not. But if there's a movie that I had to watch, I'll just wait for it to go on stream. Cause then it'll be right there. Like when it comes to physical media, I don't care as much for movies as I do for games. When it comes to physical media,
That's very interesting.
but let me ask you this question. If you want to continue reading, you can. But I wanted to ask you this question.
All right, go ahead. I'll read it after your question.
Would you stop gaming if it was all digital?
Probably I would. Probably I would.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So let me read on. So, what Best Buy means by new innovative tech in terms of purchasing movies and TV shows is currently unknown. Because that's not what they mean. That's why. That's not what they mean. I honestly believe that if what Hoovie is saying is true, that the general the general audience, the people, if they are consuming more movies when in streaming than opposed to going to the movie theater or buying DVDs, just say that you haven't been making profit when selling these movies. That's it. Don't try to add all this other finesse by saying, oh, we want to give you different type of technology for you to enjoy. Cut the crap. Cut the crap. And a lot of people would say, oh well, if movies are still selling, do you honestly believe if people were still buying a whole bunch of DVDs all over the place that they would just want to discontinue selling movies, that they're making a profit out of it? No, they're not going to do that. They're not doing that. Just tell us the truth and say that you haven't been making any money. And if that's the case, they're not going to understand why you're going in this direction. So cut the crap. Now let me continue. Best Buy moves to end DVD and Blu-ray sales on its physical and digital storefronts comes 2 weeks after Netflix mailed its final DVDs to customers, allowing them to keep their final disc if they choose to do so. With both Best Buy and Netflix now out of physical media market in the age of streaming services, consumers who want to buy physical copies of their favorite movies and TV shows can still access them at Walmart, Target, Amazon, and other retailers. Yeah. Wait to read the Walmart article. You can also access DVDs from the red box located in and out of retail stores, albeit as rentals. Best Buy, which had 1,129 stores locations at mid 2023, including 969 in the US, will still sell physical media during the holiday shopping season before discontinuing the sales anywhere between January and March in 2024. However, it will continue to sell physical copies of video games. Just make sure that there are enough discs in the game. Okay, yeah, whatever. Okay, so yeah, so they are going to continue to hold video games. Why? Because you're still making money. That's why. That's why.
But we're approaching a point where they could stop selling physical media for video games.
Why would you want to?
I personally wouldn't want to, but we are reaching that point. We're getting closer and closer to that point.
And look, I would be really devastated if that were to happen, because look at all the things that you could have done, with physical. Now movies, obviously you can't really do nothing, with movies. Like if somebody wants to borrow it, I mean, I guess, but how often do you hear people saying, "Oh, let's trade this movie for that movie"? That doesn't happen. Video games, yes. It's always great to borrow a game if you want. It was always great to resell the game if you want to, give it to GameStop if you want to, or just keep it as a collection. All of that goes away if you're absolutely right that the physical games are going to disappear. All of that goes away. And the convenience of for people, the gamers, to have a video game, to bring it to GameStop, so that way you could save money for another game that you want. Do you know how many people were doing that over the years? A lot. A lot of people was trading in old games so they could buy new games. And now that video games are more expensive, you would think that would be more ideal for us as gamers to do. Because I'm telling you right now, if you're correct, what you said last week in last week's podcast, that eventually games are going to be $100, it would make a lot more sense for us to trade in our old games, so that way we don't have to spend $100 on new games. But once again, all of that goes away once everything goes to be when everything is digital, because we will no longer have a used or secondhand market anymore. All of that goes away. So understood that digital is more convenient, but there will always be some sort of give or take when it comes to adapting, to that new way of playing video games. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
All of that goes away, and I'm telling you right now, it is going to affect so many people negatively, because not everyone is going to be happy about the fact that they can no longer collect or trade in games anymore. They're not. Where's the other one? Let me get out of here. Okay, so
crap. Well, let me read some comments. Let's see, where are we at? All right, so the next Xbox is all digital. We don't know yet. There was a leak, but it tends to be trending in that direction.
Well, then we talked about that already.
Yeah,
I think
we talked about that last week.
Yeah, wasn't it all digital?
Yeah, but like I said, Phil Spencer said those aren't the plans anymore, or some bullshit like that. Multa said, personally, I wouldn't care. I wouldn't really notice or care. I don't play video games, so okay.
Oh yeah, I think you said you played only like the older titles now. If I remember correctly. I guess correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah. But if I had an Xbox Series X, I would just play NBA 2K, maybe a few games of Halo here and there, which I was a beast at. Okay. Jill said that I do, if anything, I order games online from Best Buy.
Okay, so you order physical games, at Best Buy. Yeah, dude. I haven't. I'm telling you, like they still sell a lot of games, on Best Buy. Also, I'm telling you.
Yeah, they do. But when you go when the store that I go to, that gaming section is nowhere near as robust as it used to be. Nowhere near.
When you say that, you mean like there's just less games to choose from, or like the shelves are just
Less
always
games.
empty?
The shelves are pretty much empty. Not empty, but it's not as good as it used to be.
Okay.
Moses says, I left all my goods food at my mom's house. Now I gotta eat this disgusting ass sandwich on my sleeping quarters before sleep. Now I feel bad for you, bro.
Yeah, man. And after you just did your your stuff, I'm pretty sure you're hungry. Sorry, man. So sorry.
Yeah. Critical Drop says, though I'm surprised no PS5 talk. We may, no, because they released they're going to release the PS5 Slim.
Oh yeah,
But,
yeah. We'll talk about that next week.
Yeah, we'll talk about that next week. All right. So Joe said, "Why Steve mad? He's pro business, doing what business need to do. Free market companies are people too. Those are his words. LOL. WHW is the last time anyone he resold a game to GameStop.
What's WHW?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know I can't think of the abbreviation. Anyone had resold the game. I did that. I did that. Yeah, any game that I don't use, I just give it to GameStop.
Yeah. Havino does that all the time. A lot of people, like bro, like Jabarius, you should know this. If you have gone to a GameStop recently, you still see a whole bunch of used games, from new titles and from older titles. Like they still some GameStops, they still have sections of freaking Xbox 360 games. Now they may be like in a little tiny small bin or whatnot, but yeah, you'll still see PS3 and Xbox 360 games on there, and clearly people are still buying them. People are still buying them. Now, to your comment, I always say that yes, business has to do whatever that they need to do to survive, but what I've also said, that I also like to have options. I also like to use my power to choose what I want to do with my games or with my stuff. Give the consumer the choice. By doing digital, you don't have any choices whatsoever. When you go digital, you have no say what comes in and what goes out, despite that you being a constant paying customer. So I don't like those options. I like the option to keep the game if I want, let somebody borrow the game if I want, or give it to GameStop so I could buy a different game if I want. All of that goes away. I'm sorry, Jabarius, that's not good. That's not good. Like all these great experiences that we like to have, just for the sake of convenience, or just for the sake of we could just download all these games. We could download this game, download that game. I mean, yeah, is it nice? Of course, it's nice, but still give me the choice to choose if I want to do that or not. And I think this will hurt GameStop. This is going to hurt the secondhand market, and we will be forced to just buy consoles where they are only going to give you digital only. And you already know how I feel about digital only. I'm still and shocked that having to have that ridiculous Xbox digital only console, which is fine.
No, it's not fine. Keep mentioning it.
I would never, ever, ever allow you to bring that console in my house. Ever. I just wanted to say that just to say it. But as far as Walmart goes, discontinuing physical games in 2024. I'm not going to read all of this, but it says here.
That's surprising.
Yeah, Walmart is reportedly going to stop carrying physical games for select platforms next year. Over the last decade or so, we have seen a major rise of digital content. You can get all of your games on day one digitally and even download them before they come out. Movies are available to buy on digital before they are physical. And of course, streaming has made it so people always have a big library at their fingertips without having to actually own anything. This had made physical media fall out of favor with the public, but there is still a vocal group of people fighting to make sure it has a chance to stick around. Unfortunately, it may seem to be on its last leg. Well, yeah, that's want to know why? You want to know why it's on its last legs? Because they don't care about those people. That's why. They don't. They know that there's a huge millions upon millions of people out there who still wants physical media like I do, but they don't care about us. Why? Because they still want full control. And I'll say that again. They want full control of their stuff without giving us the option. I am telling you right now, Xbox, Sony, your PlayStation, and I'll even put Nintendo on here. I guarantee you, they will be ecstatic once we are unable to resell their games or give it to GameStop. I guarantee it. They will be thrilled. That is the reason why, in my opinion, this is only a hunch, only a speculation, but in my opinion, I believe they intentionally make the digital games come out first before the physical games. I think they intentionally do that because they could have easily made them come out at the exact same time, but they intentionally want to make the digital come out first because they want to phase out the audience who care about physical media. I think that's the strategy that they were trying to use. But let me continue on. This year, Target got rid of all of its physical movies across various stores. Best Buy also announced plans to stop selling movies next year, but both retailers plan to keep video games for the foreseeable future. Unfortunately, one retailer won't be sticking with video games according to a new rumor. Limited Run Game CEO Josh Fairhurst took to Twitter to state that Walmart is getting rid of physical Xbox games next year and expects more cuts will happen deeper in 2024. Now, unless they know something that we don't, why they only singling out Xbox?
Well, what happened?
They're only getting rid of Xbox games. Why only Xbox? I'm starting to think that rumor is probably true. And I think that Phil Spencer is lying. Why is it? I find it such a huge coincidence that they say they will not be selling more. And you know what? Let me read it again just to make sure.
He said he heard rumbling. It's not official. It's just rumbling. Like again, they it could be true, but it is just a rumor as of right now.
I think with this article, I think Walmart knows something that we don't.
Yeah, could be true too.
It's unclear why Xbox is being singled out by Walmart. We already know like I just said why. It's because Microsoft is going to be releasing a console that's digital only. That's why. So what's the sense of having space for Xbox if they're not going to be having physical Xbox games? No reason. Though it may have to do with the Xbox Series S being a digital console only, and therefore a portion of Xbox games aren't even able to be bought physical now. Nonetheless, it's likely the rest will continue also to be removed from stores in the future. I would expect to see this trend continue in 2024. I've heard rumbling that Walmart is dropping physical. Yeah, that's. So they already confirmed. And okay, so this is just a little bit left. So PlayStation just announced its slimmer PS5. Yeah, we'll talk about that next week, which will continue to double down on having a digital-only SKU. You can still get one with a disk drive, and you can even buy an attachable disk drive for digital-only one. Well, for digital-only one. But it seems like things will continue to lean more towards digital gaming going forward. Nintendo is expected to have a new console in the next year or two, but we have no idea what the support for physical games on it will be. So pretty much they're pretty much just told on Xbox. If you have no idea that Nintendo is going to be releasing a physical a console that has physical disk drive or not, so of course everything is going to be unknown. But the fact that you are not going to be having Xbox physical games, that is a clear indication that Microsoft is going to have a console that plays digital only games. That's it. That's it. And am I going to support that? No. Am I going to support Sony if they do that? No. And to me, pretty much what I'm going to be doing from now on, once this happens, I'm just going to probably just be playing old games. That's it. That's all I'm going to be doing. Now, what's your thoughts now that we read both articles? What's your thoughts on this overall?
I feel like this was inevitable. This was inevitable. Like, this is what happens when technology evolves. Certain things get pushed to the things get pushed to the wayside. The more advanced consoles became, the more relevant arcades became. I love going to the arcade, but at the end of the day, what would you rather have? Would you rather have to go to an arcade as cool as it is and have to wait in line to play a game, or you can just buy the game and play it at your house? Which one's more convenient?
I think
which one makes the company more money? Go ahead.
I think online was what killed arcades.
That's part of it, but you have to remember, like, instead of going to the arcade, like, okay, the two things that arcades had over consoles was power and availability. Because most developers release their games first in arcades, right?
Yeah.
But as consoles became more and more advanced, and then you have, it always takes one. It always takes one company to be like, okay, we're not releasing this on arcade. We're just gonna release it on console first. Always takes one. And it took a minute, and I think Rodolphe said he agreed with you. The internet killed arcades.
See, I'm telling you, man. Yeah.
I think that's part of it, but I also think that the most important thing that killed arcade to me is the advancement of consoles. The advancement of consoles killed arcades. Because now I would say probably around the PS2 onward, right? You are getting, and I know the Sega Saturn has several games that were arcade perfect, but I'm talking about, like, more so the generation from PS2 generation onwards. There are more and more games that are coming out that are releasing first on on console than they were releasing on arcade. The last game I could remember playing in arcades that we were hyped for was Tekken 5. The first time I ever played Tekken 5 was in the arcade.
Okay.
But then Tekken 6, I think Tekken 6 probably came out first in the arcade, but that was a console game. Make no mistake about it. It was a console game. Most people played it first on console, especially in this country, because arcades in Japan are still relevant at least to my knowledge, they are. But in this country, no, like, arcade was already dying out at that point in time, because, like I said, console gaming became more and more mainstream.
Yeah.
But yeah, my point is, whenever technology gets advanced, there's always something that goes to the wayside. When it came to movies, let's look at movies. First, it was the thing I grew up with was VHS. Technology improved to where we had DVD. Then it advanced further into Blu-ray. and now we have streaming.
Yeah, it was HD, then it was Blu-ray. Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't even count HD. HD DVD was like a sub thing. That was something that that one didn't. Blu-ray destroyed it.
Well, yeah. I mean, it was. I think it was definitely relevant. At the time before Blu-ray came out, because everybody was talking about, oh wow, this is better than this is far better than DVD. The only problem was we were still using, a lot of people were still using like the original box TV with the three
Yeah, CRT TV, CRTs.
yeah, and because it was still far ahead of its time, I think a lot of people didn't care for it, because we didn't a lot of people didn't have flat screen TVs yet that had the HDMI port. So I think that's what part of why it didn't really succeed. But yeah, but once Blu-ray came out and everyone started abandoning HD DVD, that was crazy. That one really took me by surprise. That was nuts. Yeah.
But whenever technology advances, there's always something that goes to the wayside. And the same thing is going on with digital, and the same thing is likely going to happen sooner or later to physical media, to gaming media. I think there'll always be a place for physical media, but if the kids growing up to it today don't care, then it's going to go by the wayside. And I think that's something that a lot of people don't, especially people our age and older, don't realize. That the people who are going to consume their product now at the end of the day are going to be younger kids, younger people.
Right.
So growing up playing the reason why Call of Duty is still relevant today, because it resonates with younger people. And I think part of the reason why a game like Halo, even though it's still popular, that it's not as popular as Call of Duty, because it doesn't resonate as much to kids as it used to. It just doesn't. And any type of media, if it doesn't resonate with the youth, then it's not going to survive. You know what I mean? Like and physical media is going to be the same way. Because you're not going to trust me. I'll talk to my nieces about it, because they're obviously they're pretty much teenagers now. They're pretty much going to be adults now. Like I guarantee you, if they had the choice between streaming and watching it on a Blu-ray, they're gonna stream.
I agree.
If I give them the option to either go out and buy a game, or if they can just download the game digital, I think they're gonna download the game digital. Bro, the first DoorDash order that I ever did was I was at this plaza, and it was a store. Someone was ordering something from a store, right? And he wanted to get bagels. The bagel shop was literally across the street. Across the street. And I got paid for it, so I didn't mind doing it. I had to go over there, get the bagel, and bring it back to him. And bring it to him. Everything nowadays is done, with their phones or just quick, instant. Everything's instant nowadays. And the technology that we grew up with was pretty much, you want to buy a game, we got to go to the store, let's go buy a game, we'll make a day of it or whatever. And I still do it. As long as I can do it, I'll still do it. Whether it was, walking to a store to buy Madden, whether it was, begging my mom to take us to go buy a Grand Theft Auto Vice City, whether it was me going after work, going to Aventura Mall to buy Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, or if it's just me driving to go buy You know, what's the last game I buy? Or me driving to go buy Spider-Man. Like I'm always gonna want to buy my games physical. These games that I care about.
Mm-hmm.
But people aren't like that nowadays. They'll or like Joe said, Joe like and the thing with me and Joe, we do it differently, but like I said, he buys his games online, and I have an all digital console with the Xbox because it's more convenient. And look, I like my Xbox, but I don't give a shit about their franchises like that. So I don't mind downloading. I don't need to buy Halo. Like I don't need to buy Forza. Like I'll download the subscription service and I'll download the games and play it. You know what I mean? But stuff that I do care about, I don't mind going to. I don't mind, driving to go to a place because that's the type of stuff that I like to do. I don't like ordering my food online. Like I'd rather go there and get it. That's just how I am. That's how I was raised.
Yeah, me too. I
But
don't when it. Yeah, I will like unless I'm ordering pizza. That's pretty much the only food that I will that because that was always like how we grew up with. It was like
yeah,
the tradition of ordering pizza, or do you want pickup or delivery? Like it was
yeah,
just the convenience of it. So I get it. Yeah, pizza is really the only thing that I would order online or order over the phone. Anything else, I prefer to pick it up.
yeah. But like a lot of kids nowadays, they grew up with this type of technology, and they're going to intake that technology the way that they intake it.
Mm-hmm.
And when it comes to going full circle with this is how people consume media now through streaming, through digital. That's just how they consume. That's how they consume media now. And we are kind of like we're the old heads. And like I said, people don't like change. And look, I don't think I would be super happy if physical media goes away.
Mm-hmm.
But it depends on how they do it when it comes to digital. But if they only had digital only, I wouldn't quit. I don't think I would quit gaming.
Okay.
I definitely wouldn't quit gaming. Um, yeah, but like, I mean, I don't know, man. I just feel like stuff like this. I just feel like it's inevitable.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. My last thought is like this sucks. I do enjoy the experience of just going over there and buy the game. At the store. I love having an actual physical copy of what I purchased. It's tangible. I could obviously just have it held in my hand. You just don't get that same type of experience when it comes to digital stuff. I remember one time when I mentioned, like, for example, like the Batman animated series. Is it nice that you could watch the whole entire series on streaming? Yeah, but I prefer to have the whole entire series physically. The same thing I had with Spider-Man, the same thing I had with the 90s X-Men. I prefer to buy them all physical. I'm a huge fan of Superman. So when I had Smallville, I bought the series physical, knowing that I had a chance to watch it on stream. But the thing is, I don't want to constantly keep paying every month to watch whatever I want to watch. If I want to watch the whole entire thing, I just buy the whole entire series flat out, not having to worry about Netflix, because once I stop paying Netflix or Disney Plus, all that stuff I have access to all goes away. Not when I have my physical stuff. Once I have my physical stuff, it is there, and it is there forever until I die. That's it. But when it comes to this, I'm not happy. I think this is really, really sad news. I understand that you wanna cater to the Gen Alphas and the Gen Zs, and the kids that are growing up. I get it. I get it. But at the end,
And for instance, I think Joe said this here too. Businesses have to look at trends. They have to look at trends, and they saw movie sales, DVD sales, Blu-ray sales are declining. Same thing, and I'm sure Walmart saw or either saw or are about to see the decline in physical media when it comes to video games. They see it, and
so so what happens to GameStop?
well, I don't know. I mean, you see, but you see, GameStop 20 years ago ain't the GameStop you see now. Now you go in there the first thing you see when you go to GameStop, you see a clothes rack. You know what I'm saying? And they have a bunch of collectors. They have a bunch of stuff in there. It literally is frankly, it literally is a hot topic that sells video games. That's what it is.
I would say more is more of a Toys R Us.
No. But
they have a lot of toys in there, bro. Like a lot of toys in there. A lot of toys in there, a lot of stuffed animals. That's a Toys R Us in there. I see what you're trying to say too.
Yeah. But like I said, they've had to adopt. They've had to adopt because they see the trends.
Yeah, but the used games market was their bread and butter.
Yeah. And and again, that once it's not, then what's gonna happen?
They're gonna go away.
Yeah.
They're gonna go away. And as much as how much I've despised GameStop, over the years, I do not want to see that happen to them. I don't want them to go out of business.
I don't want to see them go out of business too. I see a lot of gamers be like, oh, they be like, oh, I don't go to GameStop, whatever. That's fine, but there's still people that do.
Yeah.
And I don't want to see GameStop go away.
Yeah, I really don't.
Yeah.
I really don't. And but at the end of the day, though, they probably might not have a choice, because if it's not games, what else are they going to rely on? Like, they're gonna have to change. Obviously, they're not gonna be called GameStop anymore, because once everything goes digital, like what are you gonna do? Like just sell old games? Just go back and be multi-vest? Like I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe just go back and sell. Maybe become a pawn shop, for video games. I guess. I don't know. But yeah, I'm not happy with this overall. This is really sad news, and yeah, it's I'm just not happy, man. Not happy.
All right, so let's read some comments and get out of here. Joe said it's money, not control.
I mean, that's fine, but they will have full control when everything is digital.
Yes, they will be happy because more people will have to buy more games. It's to make more profit.
Well, I think the to make more profit is because of the fact that now they don't have a middleman anymore. So now they don't have to pay Target, Best Buy, Walmart, BrandSmart, a portion. Like, they could have everything all to themselves, which pretty much hurt everybody else. But they don't care.
All right. So Rudolph, he said make a PC. He said that the internet killed arcades. He said esports is dying because the West don't care for such traditions as much as the East.
Is esports dying?
I've heard some people. The only thing that seems to be thriving right now is fighting game. Our fighting game. Tournaments and stuff like that. Those
fighting game tournaments.
Well. Yeah, those seem to be doing well. Other esports seem to be struggling. That's what I've heard. I've heard that too.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah. That's and last comment from Malta, he said that he's gonna replay the NBA ranking to see what he missed. So, yeah, I would do that, Malta. But on that note, let's get out of here. You know, it's already 12:18, so
Yeah.
let's get out of here.
Yeah, do your roll call.
Malta, thank you for watching. Rodolphe, thank you for watching. Joe, thank you for watching. No, I'll call you tomorrow. Critical Drop, thank you for watching. Let's see. David, thank you for watching. And I think, that's it. Yeah, that's it. So, guys, thank you guys for watching. Oh, Nolan, thank you for watching also, buddy. Ryan Meadow, thank you for watching. And Whitney, thank you for watching. And Ruben, thank you for watching also. So, yeah. So, so, thank you guys for watching. It's, it was more of a traditional podcast, with the 3 hours almost.
Yeah, almost 4 hours. But yeah, so yeah, we'll definitely work on that. It's just that we did have quite a few topics to talk about. Each of them were really long, but just continue to tune in. We appreciate the support. If you could share this on Twitter, Facebook, IG, Snapchat, TikTok, or whatever other app that you like to use, that would be awesome. So people will know about our podcast, and we will continue to make more. Anyway, this is the Traditionalist 101 signing out. Have a good one.
Later, guys.